Brought to you by Make Fun Network.
Welcome to the Top 5 of Death, where listeners vote, and everyone dies. Listen and die.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Top 5 of Death. I'm your host, Matt Osama bin Bistany, coming to you live from my own basement, rocking a nice beard that sounds like this on the microphone. We all thought that was funny earlier, so I thought I'd do it now.
I still think it's funny.
It's very funny, because I have like an old hand mic right now. I'm in my basement. It's late. It's a Sunday evening. The Oscars are currently on. I don't know if anyone's planning on watching them, but they opened with Defying Gravity from those two ladies, Ariana Grande and Elphaba. I don't know. What's her name? Who plays Elphaba?
I don't remember the actress's name, but
Legit apologies, because wow, what a talent that woman is. She sang that song. It was insane. Insane. But yeah, we're here. I'm here. Sam's here. Sam, how are you?
I'm great.
That's good.
Just got back from a party at Matthew David Bistany's house.
Osama bin Bistany.
You do look like you're in hiding.
Too?
I know.
Yeah.
Yep, Sam was there. I had a party last night. Well, my wife had a party.
You were invited.
I was invited. Yeah, last party at this house because we sold the house. So,
Wild.
Congratulations.
thank you.
Yeah. One of your friends spilt a drink on the floor, and I was like, just leave it.
Yep.
They sold the house.
Let it soak into the hardwood that I'm sure people were excited to get. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, this wasn't
exactly where it was.
Yeah. Oh, the whole house is hardwood. So there you go. Will's here. Will, what's new with you?
I also went to a fucking sick ripper last night at Megan Bistany's house.
Hell yeah!
And I was the guy that dropped the beer.
And I was that guy.
In my defense, one of your friends was saying goodbye, and he punched it out of my hand. I caught it, and then he hit it again and made it fall. And apparently, on his way out the door, kissed my wife.
He kissed everybody's wife. That's
I
him.
haven't heard about this.
It's my cousin-in-law, Mark. Great guy. A lot of fun. Very Long Island Italian. Kisses everybody. You know, like, hello. He kisses them. He kiss you on the cheek, tell you that he loves you. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody, to the point where it's like when we go out together and, like, we'll go from this place to that place. When we get to the next place and he's already been drinking, like, the hostess that greets us, he walks up to her and, like, gives her, like, a kiss. And it's like, I'm like, man, you know, no one stops him. I've never seen anyone say anything, which I don't particularly care. I think it's nice to have some sort of like old-timey event like that happen, even though it's so incredibly jarring in this day and age. But it's like, oh yeah, that was just like what everybody kind of did, sort of, in like certain ethnic cultures, Italians mainly or whatever. But like that was it. You said hello to someone, you gave them a kiss. Jingled their balls a little bit, but yeah, Mark's awesome. So you should be lucky that
I'm
he
bringing
kissed your
back
wife.
the French double cheek kiss. I'm gonna bring it back.
Yeah, bring it all back.
I'm gonna do the triple kiss.
Ooh, triples is safe.
Triples is best.
Triples is best.
You ever had a triple kiss?
No, I remember they were like a big thing with like early high school, late middle school.
Yeah, I had one right out of high school at a beach house up at Hampton.
With who?
It was wild.
Your sister and who else?
Justin.
Justin, my brother. Yeah, that makes sense. I never did it. I also rarely kissed anybody back in those days. So, if I couldn't get a one-on-one kiss, I was sure as shit not going to get some sort of triple kiss going on.
It was awkward. A lot of teeth.
Too many
that's,
teeth.
See, that's my problem. That would have been awful for me. Their teeth would have got stuck in between my teeth.
Oh, in their braces. Your jagged ass teeth.
Yeah.
In the wiring.
It would have like wedged in between my teeth and snapped one of my tooths.
Oh, I hate that
I don't
so
like
much.
that.
That's why I got money, baby. Hey, first you heard my beard, now what's this? My teeth. I didn't even feel that because they're fake. It just felt like pressure.
Can't feel that resonate through your head?
No, it just feels like someone's tapping on the roof of my mouth gently, but
No.
my teeth.
Do you ever take your teeth out and chase your kids around with them?
No, because they're so expensive. They're like, they're such a coveted possession. I don't let anyone
Yeah.
near them.
That's
that's
fair.
I tried to get them insured. They wouldn't insure them. I was like, these cost more than a fucking engagement ring. I can't roll them into my house insurance. They're like, no, but I can my wife's engagement ring. They're like, yeah. I was like, this is like 6 engagement rings. It's not. Well, no. 4
All female
engagement
listeners doing the math right now.
rings. They're like, oh my god, his teeth are $4 million. No, they were $22K out of my pocket. So
That's significant.
It's a
Yeah.
cheap engagement ring.
cheap.
Divided
know.
by 6.
Well, I mean, it's only off by 8. 6 times 5, wait. I don't know. Listen, I'm not a math guy. I'm a funny guy.
Listen, and for anybody out there looking to buy an engagement ring, it's not about the price of the ring. It's
Depends
about
who you're marrying.
It's about the quality of the teeth of the man giving it.
Honestly, what would you rather have, ladies? A nice engagement ring or someone with my old teeth forever? So my wife, bless her heart, like just, you know what it was? She saw like an early stock, right? She saw an undervalued stock. She got in early. Now she got the total package, baby.
Hell yeah.
My sweet, sweet charisma that I had to develop to at least exist in society. And then I got, and then my insane ambition and my success. And then all my neuroses. So that's that. But it's been good. How's your weeks? I feel like I'm just like, whenever I'm in the basement if I have a mic in my hand, I go insane. It's like I'm like a different person when I'm doing a stand-up bit permanently.
My week's been good. I almost can't leave my house because it's so cold, and there's nothing to do outside.
How cold is it where you are?
It was like 1 degree today.
Fuck that. Fuck that. The wind was real bad.
Yeah.
Yes, whipping.
So I actually had a quick photo shoot today. In addition to driving my dog to our vet, which is an hour and a half away. So I drove all around the state of Massachusetts and New Hampshire, and then I did spend like a good 2 hours outside helping Kaylee with a shoot, which was just brutal.
Jesus. What kind of dog was it? A fucking Saint Bernard?
No, they were like border collies. They were like trick dogs. So we were doing.
You mean like they had like big rims?
Yeah, they were tricked out.
The fish tank in the ass?
They were the dogs that like do flips and shit. So we were doing some video for we owe Canon some video deliverables for part of their sponsorship, and so we were just out kind of filming some of that stuff today. But man, is it awful out there? So
Yeah.
yeah. So I've just
wonder
been
who-
inside.
I wonder what top 5 of death fun butt listener lives in the best climate. And you know what? You can tell us if you go to top5ofdeath.com, join our Discord, and tell us what your average climate is like. Is there any like San Diegans out there? Like, isn't that like famous for like their
I
weather?
think Ryan Brown's from the San Diego area.
Ryan Brown listens to like 1 episode a year. He's too busy cooking in his fucking, what is it, like the sous vide or whatever the fuck it is?
Oh, the sous vide machine?
Sous vide, yeah, there you go. I'm Facebook friends with him. He's always like, it's like presented fucking dish. He's like, sous vide this for 4 hours, blah, 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 blah. Ryan Brown. He left when Fro left. Our quota went down by 2.
No, he didn't. But all right. Alienate the few people that do still listen.
No, Ryan Brown, he knows the deal. That's why he listens.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've been playing a shit ton of Spider-Man 2.
I
guys
didn't
ever
finish
play that
Spider-Man
game?
1.
All right.
You're talking about the one for, like the new one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, not like the PlayStation 2 Spider-Man the movie 2.
No. Will, you said you
Game's
played
awesome.
it?
No, but I just remember hearing it's very highly regarded.
It's just so much fun. The map is gigantic. You're just swinging around, having a great time. fucking solving crimes and shit. It's really like a really very epic game, and the open worldness. It's a good way for me to unwind after I do like a bunch of hours of computer work, and then it's midnight, and I'm just like, I just want to fucking sling some webs now.
You start playing at midnight?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. The life you live.
That's why I'm going to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's not the healthiest. I don't know.
I mean, some people work third shift, go to bed even later, and they do that their whole life, and then they off themselves. I don't know.
Yep, it's true. But we hit the road in just a couple weeks, so I gotta acclimate to like a more reasonable schedule sooner than later.
Wild.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it for me. And then I know we've got some wrestling related news to discuss real quick as well. But I want to make sure I get to hear about Will's fabulous week as well.
I had a pretty good week, somewhat non-eventful, staying local, except I was in Connecticut Monday. Forgot about that. But yeah, I guess going back to Matt's little soiree last night, I was really impressed that he was able to get the driveway shoveled before we all arrived. Because we did have a storm a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he did start 5 days in advance.
You bastard.
When you kicked off that last episode and talking about that, I was like, man, I wish I was on there, because it's just, Matt's known me for a long time. I'm a motherfucker. I'm an instigator. And it was just the perfect series of events where I knew I fucking got under his skin, and he fucking went off on me.
You hit me right at the peak of being very much in it. The last place I want to be is shoveling.
I saw your response, and I just smiled and put my phone down. Got him.
Oh yeah, no, you fucking nailed me on that one. I was so fucking mad at you. I was like, "Fuck, Will." It like powered me for like 10 shovelfuls.
I gave you inspiration.
I was like, "Oh, if this was Will, I'd shovel him like this. I'd shovel him like that."
Megan comes out. And she's like, "It's like you're shoveling a man you hate." I've seen you shovel like that before.
The snow just melts around me from my rage. I wish I was radiated.
Mm-hmm.
Like your
yeah.
TV?
Listen, yeah. I concede on that TV. And it was, who was it? Was it you that mentioned the Simpsons were green? Someone
at a previous party, right?
I think I brought that up before, and then Kaylee mentioned it last night as well. She's like, "Matt's TV's really green. Does he know?" And I was like, "I think he knows."
I know now. But I was in denial for the longest time, because it's like the only TV I watch. I was like, no, this is like a really expensive TV. And then the thing that like nail in the coffin for how shit my TV is now. By the way, this is an LG OLED fucking C9, but I bought it in 2016. It's got years on it, but it is like top tier fucking. Even to this day, it is still the best OLED TV you can buy, just like whatever model it is. But so with the new baby, we're back to watching a lot of like Sesame Street, and she's a big fan of Elmo, and I always knew Elmo was off, but he has this friend, Abby Cadabby, and the like, I'd say probably a half a centimeter vertically on the left and right of my TV are still good, and like I was just like watching it with my daughter, and Abby like left the scene, and I noticed that her whole skin on that 1 centimeter of verticality just brightened the fuck up as she left. And I was like, what the fuck color is this? What the fuck color is this Muppet? Because to me, she's a purple. All right, so for months and months and months, I thought Abby Cadabby was purple. Can one of you please Google Abby Cadabby, and then you tell me what color she is, okay? Because I thought for the whole time that she was like Elmo's purple, slight pinkish friend.
She is pink.
She's flat out pink.
Yep.
Light pink. Yep.
Pink as shit.
Very, very pink, not purple. So I was like, when I showed my wife that, she was like, "Oh, yeah, it is really bad." I was like, "Yeah." So I'm leaving the TV for the new people.
And
they can
trash.
deal with it.
They're not going to want that. You have to pay
It's
to
not my
get rid of
problem.
those.
Oh, they'll have to pay to get rid of it.
I was thinking about it on the way home that your poor kids have this warped vision of all the cartoons that they're growing up on.
Yeah, probably. Well, they watch a lot of them on the tablets because they're kids.
Daddy, where's Brown Elmo?
Brownlow.
I'm very sick.
Yeah. Oh, there's a joke here, but I'm just gonna sit on that one. Did someone win? What happened?
I checked and I did not win, and that's probably because of my Gilmore Girls pick from last week.
I don't even know what my picks were. What was the episode topic? This is how much happens in a week. I have no fucking clue.
Rewatchable television shows.
Oh, I probably won that.
I think it may have been a tie between everyone that wasn't me.
Just me and Charles.
Number Chucky, Charles.
Oh, he won?
And he put his own name as Chucky, so I feel like we should be able to call him that now.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, good. All right. Well, fuck it. No death this week. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Charles isn't here. Charles is playing D&D, which, from what I hear, it's probably just like a kink party.
I assume he's in a robe somewhere.
He's always in a robe.
It's a cloak, Sam.
Yeah. He also wears the socks with the toes.
Oh, he definitely does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anybody have a friend growing up that wore
Nope.
a cloak?
A cloak? No, but
Yeah.
this guy at Witch's Woods wore a cloak.
Yeah, just like
Like,
unironically.
all the time. Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
And then his brother died, and he came to work anyway, and we were like, "You okay?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I was like he just died the night before his shift, like in like a freak, like got into a fight at a party and fell and hit his head on like a stair, kind of like
Jeez.
out of nowhere. So we were just like, oh, so he's probably like gone for the season, which was fine. Then he just showed up. And like being in charge, I was like, oh, well, I have to fucking talk to him about this. So I was like, hey man, are you okay? Like I promised, I was like, you do not have to be here. I was like, you can stay if you want. If that's what you want to do, I'm fine with it. But I just want to let you know that you do not have to be here. And if you want to leave at any time, you don't even have to tell me. Just go. Mm-hmm. But fucking weird guy. Wore a cloak and never wore shoes or socks. Was barefoot all the time.
There was a guy in a cloak at the supermarket that I went to like yesterday or whatever, and I saw him and I was like, huh, we had one of you in high school. And it's good to know that they're still out there doing whatever cloak guys do.
Doing great ass shit.
Yep.
Nothing good.
No. But that's
No.
where Charles is now.
Yeah.
We're in a cloak somewhere and toe socks.
Ugh.
I'll say if anybody I knew growing up would wear a cloak, it would have been Matt during his magic phase.
Why do I wear a cloak?
If you were
if I
really
was in
into
my
magic for
phase-
like 6 months.
Magic's cool, and I would have wore a cape. If you don't think magic's cool, you have no sense of like fun or like, I don't know, childlike wonderment. You're just a cold, dead adult. Just a cog in the machine.
I read a Stephen King short story about a little kid who learns magic, and he's like making things disappear, and then like, you know, he's putting on shows for the adults, and like they're not giving him the applause that he like really wants. So he wants to do something big. He makes his brother disappear, but then he realizes he doesn't know where they go when they disappear, because he's actually making them disappear. He doesn't know where they go to, but it turns out it's not someplace good.
I mean, that tracks. And then they come back. Oh, fuck!
Yeah, pretty much.
What the fuck was that?
I've seen some things.
Speaking of seeing things or not seeing things, as in you can't see them. Spoiler warning for Elimination Chamber, WWE, wrestling, or also warning that we're going to talk about wrestling for a few minutes, and you don't care about that, then just skip a little.
Or as your wife referred to it, is the Ultimate Warrior on tonight? should I put it on the TV? I'm like, what?
It's a fair question. Was he?
She goes to the warrior chamber, and I'm like, oh yes, I'm sure people would like that. But I
Yeah,
did
well,
notice Sam like averting his eyes because he's such a purist. He didn't want to waste watching it on your shitty TV.
I like to give it my undivided attention.
Oh,
Those
we
guys
put
work
it on
hard.
we put it on because you guys asked about it. We would have left it off, no problem.
No.
one watched it. It was just there ruining it for people semi-interested.
Sorry. But holy crap, what a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Titty popped out. No, I don't know. I'm just guessing. Wishing, really.
missed that one.
I don't recall that part.
So, Sam, you probably watched it with the most intent. So you tell us what happened, because I only heard about it and I watched it on someone recording their TV with their phone.
Oh, all right. Yes, it was so well done. Okay, so the big news is John Cena's heel turn, which is so incredible. I never thought it would happen for a lot of reasons, but you know, I of course like go on to like whatever wrestling forum after to see what people are saying about it, and like there's some people who are like, oh, this was so predictable, and then 1,000 people replying to it going, absolutely not, you're insane.
No way.
And I felt it was the most surprised I've been in wrestling in years.
I did see a few people post that prediction that was like timestamps beforehand, but like not a lot. And also like that's even then it's a wild, really far out there prediction.
Yeah, and the way that it was executed, I think was just it was some of the best wrestling booking I've ever seen, because you know the whole segment is The Rock wants to like see if Cody Rhodes will sell out and become his champion, and so you're concentrating on them. John Cena's in the ring because he's just won the match, so he like has a reason to be there. Him and Cody have a little handshake beforehand, so it's not like totally out of place. But the thing that I think really swerved everyone is the fact that Cody Rhodes looks The Rock directly in the eyes and says, "Go fuck yourself," like right into the mic, which is, as far as I know, first time that's ever been said on WWE.
Was it bleeped or no?
No, not at all. It was very loud, very intentional, very into the mic, and totally like distracted you from anything else happening. You're concentrating on that 100%.
Yeah.
And then Cena turns heel before you can recover from it. And
It almost seems like Cody turning heel. A good guy would never swear like that.
Well, he teased it for a second because, you know, The Rock was basically saying, you know, do you want all this stuff that I can give you if you're my champion? And he says, I want it all. And then, you know, so he gives a little tease, and then, you know, turns out saying like, oh no, I'm the people's champion and go fuck yourself. And, you know, Cena hugs him, and then holy shit, I can't wait for WrestleMania now. They did it.
The Rock did that weird like.
Yeah. What
You know, why wasn't it straight across the throat? Was he trying to
he
avoid that?
definitely- I don't know. I did see that, and I also was like, did he just botch a fucking gesture?
Sam, you got like bubbles popping up. That's cute.
Oh, do I have
Is that a feature of ours now?
Oh, I
on,
see
let's
bubble.
give-
They're over there.
Give to me.
Can I do this one? There you go.
Oh my God! Look
you
at
have
that.
you have to subscribe to the fucking YouTube to see this shit. Nope. And there's Matt's penis.
What's this one get me? Look at that fucked up finger.
Fantastic.
Got a nice upward bend in there. Sure, the wife likes that.
I wish I had a bend to the left, like X-Pac.
God. But man, seeing Cena turn heel, like every time I've seen John Cena for the last however many years since he's like basically not been full time, it's always been like, I like him. I think he's probably like a really good person, and like you kind of smile and he does his couple moves and then he moves on, and it's not like exciting to see him. But now that he's turned heel, which hasn't been since he was the prototype in like 2001 or some bullshit.
I mean, even when he was like the Thugonomics guy, he was like, they tried to make him a heel, but he was just like too likable.
Yes, instantly likable.
Because his raps were so goofy. Like,
Exactly.
I hate that guy.
I'm curious if they take this opportunity to do something with his hair now that he is
Just dye it
heel.
black.
Or just shave it off. Like
We're a
just
yarmulke.
Just shave it all. It's so distracting because I have to watch him brush his hair back every 2 seconds to try to hide his gigantic bald spot.
It's probably cold.
I say just embrace it.
Yeah.
Just embrace it.
I don't know. Speaking of that, I do think it was very funny and awesome that the national anthem got booed, and so then Logan Paul came out with like an American flag.
Yeah, that's good heel work.
I was like, man, he probably like heard that, and he was like, oh, go, give me an American flag, go, go, go,
Give me
go, go.
the biggest flag you can find. No, that's too big.
That's too big. So I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
And I think we all agree that, at least my perspective was that this would never happen because of all of his charity work and his Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Right, but
Now I'm
that's
thinking,
over,
did he
right?
spend all week making wishes, meeting children, and he's their hero, and they're on their deathbed like, my last pay-per-view ever. John Cena betrays them.
So that's the thing, though, right? Like he's so far out of it. I bet honestly, and I mean this in the realest way, that he was like, I won't turn heel until I'm so far removed from wrestling that I'm no longer granting wishes at a level of whatever. Mm-hmm. Because I was like, I saw some interview with him when they asked him like if he ever would, and he was like, I would never, because I would never let these kids and these people down, which is like very admirable, and I totally understand.
Maybe
but
he
I bet
stopped doing them until all of those kids had moved on, so he wouldn't
wait 'em
disappoint
out.
any of them.
it's like soon enough. And he finally got like he has this row of candles at his house, and the last one finally went out, and he was like, "It's time."
It's time. He puts
Every
on the
night he
Peacemaker
checks
helmet.
his phone, and he just snuffs a candle out.
Yep. There you go. It's just a friggin' 8-bit Friday the 13th child meter when Jason arrives that just keep going down one by one until you get to the right cabin.
But
This is why I hate John Cena.
Because he's too good.
too
Turned his
likable.
back on us.
Yeah. I usually don't like to like fantasy book out storylines.
go
and
ahead.
shit,
Let's
'cause
hear it.
it's-
What are you gonna
it's
do?
Typically,
Cock
very
falls out?
It's typically very nerdy thing to do, and I just like to go along for the ride. But I can definitely see him like turning heel, winning at WrestleMania, getting that 17th championship, and then spending the rest of his time in WWE on a slow redemption arc to eventually retire as a face again.
That's pretty good. Would that put him at the same or more than Flair?
More. He's tied with Flair right now.
Yeah, he give him that one fucking more, especially
Yeah.
because of like Flair being touched like an absolute wreck at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no need to preserve Ric Flair's reputation.
No. Except for
He's
that one,
done
where he's
everything possible.
Oh my
to
God.
destroy it.
I can dance all night. God, so that promo kills me every time. I can't help it that I'm handsome, charming, dance all night. So funny.
When I go back down south, I gotta try to go out of my way to see if I can find Ric Flair's energy drink.
Is it just his blood?
He's just in a factory blading himself all day.
Here's a question. It's mainly for Sam, but maybe for you, Will. Have either of you been to the Memphis airport?
Not to the airport. I drove through Memphis and I was like, "Don't stop. We're not stopping anywhere. Keep driving."
Yeah. Again, I already told my story about how I didn't know Memphis was dangerous because I'm an idiot. But at the airport, they have a fucking huge painted mural of Jerry Lawler.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like, that was literally my reaction. When I got off the plane, I was walking my luggage, and I saw it and I went, oh, yeah. Makes sense.
They don't mind all those rape cases and underage girls.
It's a different time. Everyone was doing it.
Everyone was doing it. I like going back and watching that 93 Survivor Series or whatever, where they're like, this was supposed to be Jerry Lawler, but he's injured. And you're like, was he injured? It's like, oh no, he was in court for that.
He made up for it a year or two later with the midget Survivor Series match against Doink.
He sure
Doink the
did.
Dinks.
Inky,
He
Winky,
sure did.
Pinky.
Yep.
So funny.
Sleazy, queasy, and cheesy, I think.
God.
He didn't even like them. They were on his team. So
That
funny.
was pure comedy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so that's wrestling for you. Geez, anything else happen? Oh, Will, what's your thought on the Oval Office? Speaking of wrestling, what about the Oval Office cage match there?
Oh, the Zelensky.
Yeah,
interview
you always
or-
have interesting takes. I'd like to ask
because
you.
that was obviously a railroad setup from the get-go.
For
They
who?
were, for Zelensky. They were trying to put him in his place.
Oh, you think so? Not
They,
the
they were
35
giving him
minutes
crap
of
about his suit on the way in, and that guy had the question about why don't you wear a suit? It was all pretty well orchestrated, and I think they did exactly what they were setting out to do. They got an
really?
emotional
Not-
reaction out of him to make him look, overzealous and unprofessional.
Not the fact that they had already agreed to terms, and then in front of the media, he tried to ask for more, point blank, and like basically Ultimate Warrior them in front of the American media. You don't think that?
And I don't know
pissed him
why
off
he
a little
thought
bit?
that was going to work.
Well, I'm saying, to your point of like you thinking that they railroaded him, like everything was going fine for fucking 35 minutes, and then he just kept doing that, and eventually they just said, "All right, enough. You're fucking being a piece of shit." So, listen, that might have worked with the last administration, but we had terms. You already agreed with them. Just sign the papers, have lunch, and everything moves forward as whatever. But that's the best thing I can like make an analogy. His music hit. He was in gorilla position, and then turned to Vince McMahon / Donald Trump, which are basically one and the same, and demanded more money. And they're like,
Said, I'm going
fuck
over.
you. Yeah, that's what he did. A lot of that was not a smart move for him.
No, and I think that it was kind of writing was on the wall. When Trump got elected, that
His gravy train
him
was
and
over.
his
That's what he
the
ran
people
on.
who voted for him
Yeah, I was
don't
gonna
want
say,
to be in
that's
this
what he
war,
ran
don't
on.
want to fund it.
Yeah, which I think is
there's
fine.
going to be a lot of negative consequence, but I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is at this point.
Well, before I signed on, I saw that like the UK was announcing they're going to put boots on the ground and planes in the air. I was like, you guys want to have World War III with Russia? Go fucking nuts. Leave us out of it. We got enough fucking problems over here. But yeah. But the only reason I bring it up is because that whole thing, for those who saw it, man, what a like, if you think about it, like from an outside perspective of like what everyone just witnessed, it's really, really fucking wild to see that kind of like back and forth happen in front of the world. For better or worse, I guess. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It's like you always want to be a fly on the wall on things, and I think that was like the most fly on wall thing that has ever happened in American history. But I don't know. I mean, I have a
I'll
lot.
say
of
the one.
Go ahead.
The one good thing about all that was that it was televised, and you got to see how it went down.
Yeah.
What were the
exactly,
meetings like
right?
when Joe Biden was incapacitated and supposedly running the country, and we're just pouring money down their throat?
Oh,
What were those
yeah.
meetings like?
That's a fair point. My
Because we
favorite
got to
thing.
see it.
One of my other favorite things is clips of Jake Tapper talking about how it's like a conspiracy theory to think that like he was like not fit for office, and then the last like his thing last week promoting a book about about how they hid all his all his mental like capacities. It's like, yo, motherfucker, you were hiding it. Like
He was writing the book from the get-go.
Yeah. Speaking of all this stuff, if anyone cares to hear me debate some guy, an episode is out on the Make Fun Network Presents channel. You can just if you on your podcatcher look up MFN Presents, or I just call it like political riffraff. You can totally go check that out. Fair warning, it's all politics. It's just me and this guy from my old improv days. It's 3.5 hours long.
Wow.
He is using just his laptop mic, so not your standard of quality you're used to us from Top 5 of Death. But I mean, I wasn't gonna like give him a hard time about it. He doesn't do this like I do, so it was what it was. But if you're interested in that, just go check it out. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how I did and how offended you were by the things I said. But yeah, so for those who know me and you know me from the show, you know I love talking about that shit. And I finally got someone to talk to me about it for 3.5 hours. and I didn't let it go to waste.
I'm glad you had an outlet for that.
Oh my God, I woke up, I felt good. I was like, oh man, I let off some shit.
Like you
I have
went
another
10
one
rounds
coming
against Glass Joe.
Yeah, basically it was Glass Joe. That's
I didn't listen to it yet, but
no, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I'm going to do another one with somebody else again from my old improv days who sent me like another wicked long message. But this one will be way lighter than the one that comes out today. Because this other guy's just I'm actually looking forward to this other one. Because this isn't like a slam on the guy I just did an episode with, but this other guy is an old student of mine, and he's actually really funny. So like, I think it'll actually be pretty good. But I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, check that out. Let me know what you think. I'm curious if people like it. I mean, I would do that more often. It's just I can't get fucking people to have that conversation with me because they're fucking scared. We brought that up on the show. I talked about how everyone's afraid, and he's like, "No." He's like, "I just don't think some people just aren't good at talking." I'm like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you, man. They don't fucking have an opinion like that, cowards. Fight me in the dungeon."
You heard it here.
Yeah. Speaking of fighting, that's a game. a game of fisticuffs.
You've been working on your transitions, I see.
It's the fucking me holding the mic. I feel like I'm doing a set. I'm not even joking. I have like a different energy if I'm holding this microphone than if I'm just like upstairs with the microphone, on the stand. I love it. I want to be like, when I say hey, you say
ho.
Hey.
See? Hey ho.
It worked.
I asked I was doing something for Kaylee the other night and writing some really stupid jokes to make her chuckle.
Okay. I was like, does she have an event coming up with like on Jay Leno or something?
No, but I took a joke and I ran it through ChatGPT and I said, rewrite this in the style of Andrew Dice Clay. And it literally just spit back the same joke at me and then at the end said, "You stupid bitch."
It's truly our superior.
Like, listen,
Because-
it's not wrong.
I know.
To be fair, that is his only good punchline.
I watched him on the Madison Square Garden kill Tony. Little rough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I,
He's been doing it for, like recently, more exposure, and it's like the same fucking thing every time.
he needs an audience filled with people that came to see him. Is like I feel like that's the only thing that like works for him, which is fine. I would go to see him. I would go expecting that. I would also go expecting that everyone that I'm sitting around is also there to see him and is fully aware of how it's going to go. But when he came on the Madison Square Garden, I was like, listen, some people are laughing. I will give them that. But some people are like, you can feel them shifting in their seats.
And Tony's trotted him out a couple of times in the last year or two. And who's the other guy that he brings in from the Comedy Store, the old timer that screams?
Sam Kinison?
No.
No, it's not
That
him.
would
He's
be
dead.
interesting.
Who screams? Oh, is it Lewis Black?
No. fuck
Bobcat
that
Goldthwait.
Who hates comedy, by the way.
guy. Holtzman, maybe?
I don't know.
Something Holtzman.
That's me, Bobcat Goldthwait.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, I'm doing stand-up right now, everybody. So I got my
Yeah,
period
Brian
the other day.
Holtzman.
Yep.
Suck.
You're finally a woman now.
Yeah. Want to hear more about that? And check out that episode I had with that guy. I tried the end of the episode. I asked him my famous question, and then the episode went on for another hour and 20 minutes.
Oh no.
He hated it. He fucking hated it. But that's
Goodness. You had a nice transition. Talking
fine. Oh, I did. Fuck.
Games.
Speaking of my period,
Yep.
that's a game of whether you're pregnant or not, right? I don't know. We're talking party games in honor of my wife's yearly party, game night party thing. It was for her birthday originally. Now we just kind of do it at the beginning of the month because something else happens like around her birthday, and it's always a thing. This year, we're closing the sale of our house on her birthday, so
Whoa.
That'll be nice. But yeah, party games. General thoughts. Will?
Love them. I thought the choice of games this year, Megan's Party, were very good. There wasn't as much intensity as last year with the Trivial Pursuit
Yeah.
approach, where I was at the hot end of some controversy.
Can't read.
Your wife yelled at me and told me I can't read. And I still submit to this day. I read the question exactly right.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, it was lovely, lovely time. A mix of, well, I don't know if I want to name all the games off since there's 3 strong contenders in there.
Oh, that's true. Yep.
You know, a lot of animated, a lot of chance for creativity. I have to admit, I was expecting a lot more off-color topics in the bowl.
I mean, mine were in there. And it wasn't even that off color. I thought it was actually a good one. So the thing that I submitted was we had to put either a person, place, or thing written on a piece of paper in a bowl. And then we'd play a couple different games that would be circulated out of drawing these things out of a bowl. I picked Tiananmen Square. And that one got pulled by someone who didn't know what it was.
By my group, yeah. It was
By him and Will's
tough.
group. But to me, right, if you knew the games that we were playing around it, it's a good card. It's very iconic. It can be explained in a lot of different ways. But it was funny to me. But yeah, Sam, party games, how do you feel?
Well, I don't have as many friends as you.
Yeah,
when we went to your house, we're like, wow, there's a lot of people here. We had like, I don't know, 25 people there, something like that.
Yeah, it was small too. It was like low turnout for the amount of people we invited.
Yeah. Whenever we have a party, we have 2 to 3 people or something that come over.
Well, I mean, when you're swinging, it's not like you got to play percentages.
Yep.
Also, you have to have a lot of endurance to go to Sam's parties because it entails an 8-hour Mario Kart tournament.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Someday when
me
my
too.
kids are older, I'm gonna jump into all these fun things you do with like 8-hour Mario Kart things. Oh, speaking of which, can we get a little love for little baby Birdie who was there repping the night away?
Oh, yeah.
My daughter being very cute.
Tearing across the house.
Oh, walking her Lieutenant Dan walk.
I was gonna say, I don't know what you call this. She's not quite crawling. She's on her knees scooting across the floor, and then Matt says, "Here comes Lieutenant Dan."
Because that's what it looks like. She's walking the best that she could, only on her knees. So if you got on your knees and you needed to walk, that's what she does. And I imagine that's how Lieutenant Dan gets around.
She tastes like cigarettes.
Yep, she does.
If she's got that skill, she should just donate her shins to a kid that needs them.
I know.
Yeah. She's like Cotton Hill.
She's a hoarder of her own limbs.
She was very cute.
Yes.
But
I was glad that was like the most social she's kind of been for a situation like that. So I was like, oh wow, I was like, she's actually going up to people and being, doing cute baby stuff and not being like a little whiny bum.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nice. Because Wednesday was just a mare from the rip. I could drop her in any party, whether I was there or not, she'd be fine. So
welcome to my party. May I take your jacket?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Cocktail?
2.
Oh, there's one last thing about your party is I got caught attacking your disabled cat. by Ken's
Why'd you
wife.
attack him?
So I'm walking through the kitchen, and here comes Bruiser, like smashing, back and forth. And I just went to like coach him out of the way a little bit, and he has like one of his spasms and goes flying. And I'm like, in my head, as I'm leaning back up, I'm like, man, if somebody saw that, it looks like I just flung this cat across the room. Sure enough,
exactly what
I
you're
stand up,
talking
and
about.
Jen goes, "What are you doing to the cat, Will?" I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, he does that. I don't know what it is, because he obviously can't control his body. So if I'm like, if I'm holding my daughter and my hands are full and he's in the way and I give him just the gentlest little scoot with my foot, yeah, you're right. You would have thought that I just tried to kick him through the fucking uprights that hard. or
Jazzy
something
Jeff
like that.
getting thrown out of the Bel Air house.
Just whatever. But yeah, well, I'm glad you guys came. It's always nice to And also, this was the last party in this house, so the next time that we have a party, hopefully, knock on wood, it'll be in our new house, wherever that may be. Ooh. I'm pushing for Honolulu. No, I don't know.
Honolulu Haverhill.
Honolulu, Maryland. But, yeah, so party games. We're talking party games. Everyone loves a party game. Everyone loves a party game. If you don't love it, you don't like parties. So, I don't know. Who wants to go first? Let's get this party started.
Very nice.
Will?
I'll go.
All right.
My number 5 is a tried and true family tradition. Whenever we get together, after Thanksgiving meals, like to play the classic game. You grab a hotel key, or a credit card, and it's called Suck and Blow.
Suck and blow on a hotel key. Well, I guess it's the same.
With your family.
Yeah, well, anybody really.
No, you said family.
I recall playing this game as like a 13-year-old with some intergender friends, but
not to harp on it again, but I never played this game with anyone because I was very ugly and fat, and my teeth again looked the way they did. I have big lips. The whole nose to chin area is really devastating, which is too bad because even on this camera, look how fucking bright my eyes are. My eyes are dreamy AF. But if you look a little bit south of my eyes,
that's where it all goes wrong.
Looks like well, it looks good now. Before, not great. So Suck and Blow. I heard about it. I heard about it from the good-looking kids. Told me about it all the time. I said, "Oh, I'd like to play that sometime." They said, "We'll let you know." I never heard from them.
You should show up at a junior high party now and see if they'll let you in.
Oh, my God. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. Okay, kids. You guys want to play Suck and Blow?
I guess I didn't really explain it, but you take a credit card or something, you suck it against your lips, and then the idea is to transfer that around the circle without using your hands. So I could see how, the girls back in middle school would look at Matt coming at him with his face looking like the furnace from Home Alone.
Furnace.
I don't even have it on my lips. I'm just sucking it through the giant holes in my teeth. Because enough air would pass to do it.
Matt, you're like a fine wine.
Classic game, especially if you got a cute girl in the circle,
Oh, my God.
One of those, third cousins. You can just, I lost suction.
Give me your tongue.
Immediately weird.
Yeah, again, everything I said before, 100% true. I know this game. I heard about it. I've never played it. Sam, you played it? Of course you did. Look at you. Will, I'm shocked.
Sam just played Blow.
It was a lot.
It was actually really impressive. They would levitate the card between the two of them with just the force of their breath.
That sounds really gross.
But it would be impressive.
So much breath.
Oh my God! You'd have to have the lungs of a friggin' Olympic swimmer.
Nope, not me. Yeah, I wouldn't have gone this direction for a party game, but yeah, going back to that age, yeah, sure.
Nice.
Let Megan know. Maybe this could be on the list for next year.
I honestly think we've already talked about it. Not for her thing, but I know she's played it.
I'm ready. I've got good lungs. We can use a piece of 2x4.
I will try to. You know what? Next year, I will whip out a credit card or something and be like, "Who wants to play Suck and Blow?" And then I need you to immediately get up and start forming the circle.
And start picking the people I want next to me.
Yeah.
Come over here.
You stand here. I'll stand here. And then me and you will play. Me and Will play, probably.
In a post-COVID world, this sounds extra awful.
Oh, come on. COVID's a scam. Anyway, want to hear more about it. Actually, you know what? We didn't get the COVID, to be honest. I would have loved to. But
it's my number 5.
That's a good one. All right. You know what? I'll go next.
Do it.
This is a game. You want to talk about old? This game is old. You guys ever be at a party, right? people having a good time, and then someone's like, you know what? You hear like a little bit of a ruckus on the other side of the party. It's a little bit of like a lighthearted, heated argument, kind of. And they're like, no, I could do it bigger and longer than you could. And the other guy's like, no, I do it way better than you. Way bigger, way longer. What are they talking about? Bubblegum bubble blowing contest. Real big, real popular in the 50s. Still, I would love to play it because I think it is a fair and fun game to play at a party. You get a couple of boxes of Bazooka Joe gum. You start, well, actually, you know what? I can't play anymore because I'm not allowed to chew gum with my fake teeth. I would facilitate the game, though. I would facilitate this game. I'd get a bunch of Bazooka Joe, which, thinking about it right now, I'm going to get a tear in my eye because I can never have Bazooka Joe again. Because if I try to, every time I chew, it'll just yank my denture off of my implant, which is not fun. And it happens from time to time, and man, is that jarring. But yeah, bubblegum blowing contest is who can blow the biggest bubble and hold it the longest. Sam, gum? What do you think about gum? Bubble gum?
I'm pro gum. I don't enjoy it enough. Like I don't go out of my way to seek out gum, but when it's presented to me, I'm like, yeah, I could have some gum.
No one ever presents bubble gum. Everyone's always like, here's a mint gum for your stank ass shit breath.
Yeah.
But I want like, man.
Like a Bubblicious?
Know what I could go for right now? One of those fucking, Bubblicious is the brand, right? Mm-hmm. Give me one of the watermelon ones. The ones with the green, it looks like a little piece of watermelon. Oh my God. I'm tingling in my jaw thinking about it. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. I have a cookie next to me. It might as well be fucking a turd I picked out of the fucking cat box compared to the friggin' deliciousness of a Bubblicious watermelon gum.
That's what I was gonna say. When you said Bazooka Joe, I'm like, that's not it. It's Bubblicious or what's the other one? Bubble Yum.
Bubble Yum. Yep, Bubble Yum.
They have
Bubble Gum.
The watermelon is my opinion the goat of gum.
Oh, it's definitely the goat of gum.
Cotton candy, pretty good.
Yep, that's the second one. Is there even a third? Do they make a third flavor? Oh, they make traditional bubble gum.
Yes, for competitive bubble blowing, you know, of course the big two would be my go-to, but third I think would be the bubblegum cigars.
Oh my God, that's a lot of gum.
It's a lot of gum. It's a lot of gum. That's why.
Yeah.
What about bubble tape?
6 feet? For
Yep,
who?
6 feet.
You?
Yeah,
Not them.
Nope. The whole roll in my mouth.
Man, remember those
too much power.
commercials? I think I've told the story before where I've almost died eating 3 full rolls of bubble tape, 18 feet of gum in my mouth. 18 feet of gum in my mouth. By the way, my teeth were like that. I know we've brought it up a lot, but it's true. I had 18 feet in my mouth. I could barely close my jaw at all. Something happened, triggered a swallow reaction.
Oh,
I
no.
swallowed. The gum just stretched down into my stomach, and I yanked it out like a magician, fucking pulling out like fucking kerchiefs. And I like almost puked. My eyes were watering like crazy. I was by myself. No one was even there. I just fucking did it because I was like, I wonder if I could. I think it was in 8th grade. I went to Kittredge, got my fucking, got what I needed. I was like, I'm gonna fucking eat 18 feet of gum.
I was waiting for the backstory of like the party you were at or the girl you were trying to impress for some reason, but you're just alone.
No, I just wanted to see what it would be like to just. Well, I bought them, not intending to chew them all at once, but I just started chewing on one, and I was just like, I took a lot, and I was like, oh man, this is crazy. I was like, you know, it'd be even crazier if I get the whole thing. And I was like, you know what, this isn't that bad. I bet I could do the other one too. And then at that point, I was like, I could probably do the third one. And then again, I just something hit. I'll never forget it. Like something hit something in my throat, and I just like swallowed out of a pure physical reaction, and it just was just like. I
gotta ask. I assume the first one you ate like normal bubble tape, just end after end.
Yeah.
By the time you get to the third, did you eat it like a hockey puck?
No, no. I would have like driven my young OCD right over the edge.
I think you made the right call never trying drugs or alcohol.
Oh my God, yeah. I see that all. Anytime I meet someone new, they're like, "Oh, you don't drink or smoke?" I was like, I would be dead or in jail if I did, easily. I would never be where I'm at, or I'd be like a massive success in something. I'd be doing this podcast from the friggin' my golden blimp.
You'd be like, weed, huh? I wonder if I just tried a whole bunch of fentanyl instead. Like, whoa, that's a big jump.
What is that, 6 feet of fentanyl?
Bet I can get 18. 18 feet.
18. I just die when I walk in the room.
That's wild.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what are we talking about?
Gum.
Oh, that was mine. Bubblegum blowing contest. Yep, number 5.
Big League
right.
Chew.
All right.
Ooh, man, grape Big League Chew?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, Sam, what's your game?
My number 5's already been talked about. It's Mario Kart.
Oh, there you go.
So
Which
I know
one do you play? I think I ask this every time.
Oh, it's the one that's out for Switch. It's the same one that's basically been out for the last.
The woke one?
The woke one.
No, I
How
have
is
no
it
idea.
woke?
I have no idea. I just thought it'd be funny if I said that. Oh, they made Luigi Asian.
Yep, slightly Asian Luigi.
Yep.
It's basically a port of the Wii U one, so it's been out basically for 12 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, the Wii
they
U
just
one,
keep
okay.
updating it.
Yeah, it does have a shit ton of new courses and characters and that sort of thing, but it's the same engine or whatever. But yeah, like I said, when I have a party, it's often 2 to 3 people, and if there's 2 people and it's me and Kaylee and we're just like looking to kill some time, we're like, hey, who's up for some Mario Kart? And yes, we will do all right, let's do the 48 races.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got so known for playing Mario Kart at various parties and things that one year for Christmas, Kaylee's cousin Elena got me a dust broom, like just a tiny dust broom.
All right, go on.
Because as we played Mario Kart, I would always talk about sweeping it, and then at the end of our rounds, if I had swept it, I'd go and find a broom and sweep across the floor.
You look the Sandman from Night at the Apollo.
Yes, so we have a tiny dust broom that we keep only for ceremonial purposes. It's not for cleaning.
Hell yeah. We back when I had friends, they had an apartment in Boston. This is the first group of people that had an apartment. They got one in Boston. It was awesome. It was like this little dink 2-bedroom apartment that like 8 of them lived in. But it was awesome. It was at the top of a fucking building. It was great. But the thing was, this is when Mario Kart Double Dash was out, and we would go there. Like, this is how old was I? Probably 18, maybe ish, 18ish. I would finish my shift at Blockbuster, which closed at midnight in Plastow, New Hampshire. Then I would drive all the way to Boston to my friend's apartment, get there around like 1. Then we'd start the Mario Kart tournament. And what we did is same thing. We played all the races, which wasn't 48 at the time. It was like maybe 24 or something like that. But if you won the most races, you would win, right, the whole thing. And we made a paper hat, and you'd write your name on the hat. And that was like the crown. And like every time you won, you'd write your name on the hat. I had my name on that hat 36 times. 36 times. The closest to me was 7. The next person next to me had fucking 7. What I'm saying to you is I'm the king of solo play Mario Kart Double Dash. I say solo play because I did try to enter a tournament at PAX East for Double Dash, only to discover that it was like the real way you're supposed to play it with like a partner. And so Fro was going to, I was like, fuck. I was like, Fro, listen, I just need you to sit on the back. I'll do all the driving. You can just throw the weapons. Just do it when I tell you. He was like, fine. I was like, great. So we went to like go practice or whatever. There was this like group of people who had like code signals together to like know when to switch, know when to like yank left or right, or because you both needed to like do the fucking skid so you get the boost. We watched them for 2 seconds and we were like, fuck this, no way. Now I'm gonna waste our time. Just like gave up.
I think that's the one Mario Kart I've never played is Double Dash.
It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
Yes. Well, we get the Switch 2 coming out soon, and I think they've already announced that there's a new Mario Kart that will be out for it.
Man, I never got the Switch. I was always like, oh, I'll wait till this game comes out. I don't do fuck out like anything. Oh, you know what? I might as well wait till this game. The game comes out. I don't do anything. I bought a new Xbox. Did I tell you guys this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I lost it. I don't know where it is because of the move. It's somewhere. I have a brand new inbox, unopened fucking Xbox Series X.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't tell you where it is.
Well, in 7 years when the new one comes out, maybe you'll find yours by then.
Such a fucking. I've still yet to play Marvel Rivals. I haven't played it a single fucking time. Fuck. My life is so different. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's a good one. The Mario Kart rules. That's an excellent party game. I remember Mario Kart 64 was like when I was like, high school, and that was like the party time. Now it's a game.
4-player? Holy shit.
Oh my god, yeah.
Meet me on Block Fort, bitch.
Yep. Who's your all's go-to racers?
For me?
Toad.
Or Red Shell Koopa. If
For
it's available.
Nintendo 64. For the newer ones, I haven't played much, but I'll pick different characters.
For Double Dash, it's Toad, Red Shell Koopa. 100%.
And
That's the
Bowser.
meta.
Totally different way. Fucking
Bowser, why would be slow as fuck?
He's wicked slow, but then when he gets going, you can't fucking stop him.
Yeah, that's why you just don't let you get going.
Yeah,
He's like a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Until his battery dies.
All right. Yeah,
That's a good one. All right.
Thank you.
Will,
Sorry,
number
I
4?
stepped on your pick.
no, it's fine.
My number 4, and this is a simple one, and I hadn't really seen this at gatherings since until I got with Rosa, and it's musical chairs. The
Well, I
ending.
think we're doing the same bit.
I'm not doing.
I'm gonna change my trajectory. Keep going.
Okay, I have no trajectory. But anyway, there's nothing more exciting and controversial than the end of a game of musical chairs.
Probably
It
gets
never
a little
ends
violent.
peacefully.
So violent.
It always turns violent. One person is trying to cheat as hard as they can. Just like trying to scoot while half sitting around the chair. And inevitably somebody takes a tumble, hits their head on the coffee table, and
Jesus.
the party's over. It's a great way to end a
Jesus.
party.
Was this one of the things they did on Squid Game? We're just making it
Could've
up.
been. So they played it. Wait, this happens at your wife's family's thing?
Yeah.
Like a wife's family party? Your wife's named Rosa?
Yes.
Is this like
The adults.
Does this usually go like this?
Yes.
And it's like. Is that how it goes?
Yeah. Something like that.
Makes sense.
Oh goodness.
God, I love Mexican culture. I'm being entirely sincere.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I knew a Mexican.
You wish you knew a Mexican? Of course you know a Mexican. Yeah, I know. Your
I know
family's
my other
Mexican.
cousins.
Your whole side of a cousin. I've had sex with one of them. It was a big part of the show for a long time. She got
dog died today.
gross teeth, Matt. I bet she wouldn't have fucking not talked to good teeth, Matt.
No, she's made some good choices in life.
Some.
Let's get her on the
Anyway,
show.
can I berate anything more about this pick? Hey, actually, I have a legitimate thing about musical chairs. No one make musical chairs fun. Playing on like office chairs with wheels that like rotate. That would be a whole new fucking thing to it.
Yeah, like a drummer's chair.
Yeah, like just like a stool with no fucking like
no back.
entry point. Yeah.
So you
This
can't
is-
be putting your hands on the back of the chair to spin it. That's a classic move.
These are good ideas. I would like to see a game of musical chairs with drummer stools.
First of all,
God,
they're
that'd be
called
good.
thrones.
Thrones. Fuck that. I'm not letting them tell me what the fucking seat that a throne. It's a stool.
My mic is on a drum throne right now.
Your mic is on a stool.
Sprinkle a little baby oil on it.
Why?
Make it slippery.
Oh! I thought you were talking about his mic stand.
Same.
Fucking thing. I was like,
You're going back to brainstorming. Okay.
does it make the mic sound better? Because I'll give it a shot.
Just
Fucking sprinkle a little baby oil on it. Sir, we're
Little
talking about
virgin
the
olive oil?
deficit.
listen. This mic has a very particular shape to it. If you put a lot of baby oil in it, there's a lot you could do with it. Ooh. Shoomp. I feel like you should sign a waiver before playing musical chairs.
It's probably good. Probably
Yeah.
a good idea.
What about gay musical chairs? We staple a dildo to it.
You
Why
have
you
to
stay-
There's
sit on
only
it.
going to be one winner. It'll be decisive.
Also, I wouldn't staple it. I'd probably use like an epoxy.
Yeah, you got to go epoxy.
Well, you want it to stay. Guys, I'm not playing around, okay? I'm opening up. Listen, if there's a fucking slap league, I also bet there already is a musical chairs league.
I'd be genuinely shocked if there was not.
There's a rock, paper, scissors championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's an air guitar championship.
Also
Where's the
ridiculous.
musical chairs championship? Because that one does get fucking physical.
Mm-hmm.
Make that an Olympic sport. That's
I
right.
see,
I said it.
there is the world championship here from Nesson, actually, local sports station. Looks like a pretty big event.
I bet. I mean, I'd watch it. I'd like to bet on that. And the guy fucking loses.
Looks like the
walks
same
by
kind
me.
of crowd you'd see at a state fair.
It's a particular crowd.
Just fatties. Just overweight fatties trying to get me sold a new bathroom remodel.
Yep, bath fitter.
Yeah, I mean, I did use it, and it was pretty good. So,
There, I gotta tell a random bath fitter story because I don't know when this will come up.
here, let's go.
There was an ad for bath fitter in, I think, a local newspaper, and it featured this fucking like off-brand Muppet that they were using for a very short period of time as like their mascot. And Kaylee was so obsessed with him that she cut him out of the bath fitter ad and then like laminated him to the front of like our iMac. And so we looked at him for a long time. We gave him a backstory. His name was Eugene Huffington, and he loved lemonade. And then for Christmas that year, what she did is she researched who made the puppet, found this guy's name. His name's Russ Wacko.
Wacko?
W-A-C.
Like one of the Animaniacs?
Yeah. And emailed him. Literally, I think she said she tried to go to his website. It was broken. So she went into the source code and found his fucking email address, emailed him, and had him make the puppet for me for Christmas.
With a
So
fleshlight installed in the bottom.
And so she sewed the clothes for it. He's like, listen, I can do it real quick. I can't make the clothes. She's like, all right, I got it. So she made clothes for him and basically put him in the refrigerator around a bottle of Simply lemonade and just let me find him on Christmas Day.
That's cute.
That's
Yes.
fucking wild.
Yeah.
I'm really
and
intrigued by the designer guy, though. Sounds
Oh,
like he probably comes from a dark place.
I researched him fairly recently, and it turns out he's had like a real decent career as a puppeteer. Like,
Good for him.
Like doing work with like the Jim Henson. I think he worked on like the new, what's it called, Dark Crystal or whatever.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
pretty sick.
So it all came from a Path Fitter ad.
I
your
just-
number-
I
your number
pictured
4
him
was-
as- he's just this disgruntled like guy chasing his old dreams. Like, I used to represent bath fitters, you cunt.
I'll find Eugene Huffington and I'll bring him on the show next week.
There ain't no wacko and there never was.
So your number 4 was Bath Fitter.
Yes.
Very nice.
Oh shit, is it me?
It is.
Fuck. Let's see. I had a whole idea, and Will kind of just stepped on it. So, my number 4 party game is let's see. What's a game that I've played at a party? Here's a game that I don't play because I can't play it, but I know that a lot of people play it, and I think Sam, I don't think you'll know what this game is. Will, I fully expect you to know what it is and the rules. And I just don't know. Has anyone played the game Asshole?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I forget what it is though, but I have played this.
It's a game that I've always wish I could play. Every time I've been able to play, people get mad that I play because it's a drinking game, and I don't.
You're
drink.
too sharp.
It's not.
not fair.
But man, that game looks like so much fucking fun. Will, can you just go through the generality of the game?
Yeah, I haven't played in a while, but essentially you play through these hands, and
It's a card game.
there's all these different deck of regular playing cards. There's all these different actions that can trigger somebody to have to drink. If you skip them, you got to take a drink. You match the card, whatever. And at the end of each round, whoever was out of cards first becomes the president.
Yep.
And whoever was last or had the most cards at the end is the asshole.
Yeah.
And then you install a hierarchy that is mandatory to follow, or else it's just not the spirit of the game. So the president can tell anybody below them to do whatever the hell he wants. Like, go fucking put gas in my car. I mean, if you really play that extreme. But typically it's like, go get me a beer, I'll do this, do that.
Yeah,
Give me your
finger
best
my wife.
cards. And the asshole is just bullied by everybody else.
Yeah.
It's a agreed upon organized bullying, and it's
Yeah.
quite enjoyable, especially when you single someone out. And if you are the asshole a couple times in a row, by then you're drinking quite a few beers and starting to lose your ability to think and process quickly, which is a part of playing the card game. And that's why people get mad at you, Matt, is because everybody's getting a little faded, a little slower, and you're super competitive and quick-witted, so you're just hammering everybody and telling everyone to drink,
Yeah.
but
I'm like,
there's no retribution once we get ahead of you.
triple kiss me,
So I guess
Please.
Teeth.
please.
never played the legit version of this because I don't really drink and I don't really have a lot of friends that drink. So
God, you're such a loser, dude.
dude, a teetotaler. Yeah.
But
It sounds awful.
I've been no. It look. It looks like a super fun game. I don't know I've never I'll put it this way. Everyone that I know would just play the game as it is. So when I'm like, how about we play it in a way that I can play? And I don't know, drink piss or something like that. I don't know. But again, it's just
got an idea.
yeah.
Next time you want to play,
Yeah.
we'll get you a gallon of milk.
Why? So I just fucking shit my brains out.
So much milk.
It would level the playing field.
Yeah, or like
yeah,
half
I'm-
and half.
Oh my god, I'm already intolerant to that. I would just fucking. Here's the thing: I would play for a little bit, and then I would have the most stinky farts, and no one would want to play anymore. Oh, I just farted now. I just said fart, and it happened. But it's a party game. I don't know if it's just around here. I don't know if it's like a national. Everyone knows this game or whatever. I really don't
think
know.
It's national.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
But I'd watch people play and my older sister mainly and her friends, and they would do something someone would nonchalantly put their thumb on the table, and then
Oh, yeah.
the last person to notice would have to drink or something like that. And it was always funny to me being I don't know 12, watching my older sister play. I'm like, oh, look at those dads have a table. But yeah, so that's my number 4. Asshole.
That was the game we were playing the night my cousin passed out into your lap and started that little love affair.
I think it was.
Yep.
So I was so concerned for her. I was sad. I also, man, looking back on that, I am impressed with myself that I was able to physically pick her up off the floor and put her on the couch. It was just dead weight. She fainted. She was out, and everyone. And I'll never forget. She literally fainted, passed out entirely. I was like, oh shit. Will was laughing. She could have legitimately been in distress. And I looked over. Will was just laughing. And I go, does she do this often? He's like, no. I'm like, okay. Is there any? All right. I guess I'll just I'll run this situation. And I had to go get her a Market Basket bag, and she puked in it. And then she fell in
Matt
love
was
with me for like 3 weeks.
The only place she'll be safe is in my bedroom.
I wasn't carrying her up those stairs. It was fucking, like I said, I was already impressed
yeah.
that I got her from the floor to the couch.
No, but it was her sister who was like, "Oh, this is fine. She does this once in a while." Just like, all right.
Okay. Okie dokie. But yeah, asshole. It's my number 4.
Very
Sam?
nice. You know, you remind me of something, and I got to switch up my list now.
Oh yeah.
There is a game. The only bummer about this game is you can only play it with the same group of friends once.
It's called Murder.
It's called There Is No Spoon.
Never heard of it.
It could have a different name as well. This is kind of one of those like quasi made up games that you might like play at like a summer camp or something.
Yeah, like Sting.
I don't know what that is, but
Wall ball.
well, okay, yep,
Same. Yeah, to me it's Sting.
all right.
Sting.
Yeah. Well, we went to the same school, so it's Sting for me and Will.
Well, Sting was with the racquetball.
Ooh.
As opposed
It's
to a
all
tennis
Sting.
ball.
Sting was when you put the face paint on. You looked like Sting from WCW.
So there is no spoon is a game that you have to have one other person that knows the game, and everyone else should not know the game.
Okay.
And the way that you play it is you're at a table, and you have to have, I mean, preferably the more silverware available to you, the better.
I have so much.
Okay. You can play this with like, if you have one fork, one spoon, and one knife, that's fine. And then if you have more than that, then that works as well. So basically you explain to people that you're going to lay out these utensils on the table in a way that will give the impression of a number. And if you can figure out what's happening, then just say the number out loud, and I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. So this is why one other person needs to know to play the game, because I'll lay them out, and then say I'm playing with Kaylee and a bunch of strangers. Kaylee would be like, "That's a 4," and if people are like, "You guys are messing with it," like that you have some sort of joke going on or something, like I could write down a number, I could do the thing, and she could say, and I could show them the number. I'd be like, "No, it's legit. She knows what I'm doing." And so it's so funny to see in this group of people who figures it out first, who's just like, who will never get it. And it always tends to be the people that are the most intellectual are the ones that don't get it, because they're really trying to figure out. Where the entire time, all I'm doing is laying out the silverware in a completely arbitrary pattern and then putting X number of fingers on the table.
Oh.
And you finally see people's faces just change to like slight anger, and then they say, "God damn it, that's an 8." And I was like, exactly. And then it's very fun. That's a game.
For who?
It's a game for me.
2 people. It's a game for Sam. Sam's like, I have a game. It's called Escape the Cube, and it's when I put these people in a cube and say, "Try to escape."
I want to go back to the green room. Yeah, it's very funny to play like after dinner or something like that. If you're just like, looking for something to do, it takes no effort, and it's always just kind of hilarious to see like who picks up on it first. It's very subtly put like your fingertips like on the table, and it's great. I think the first time I played it, it took me like, I don't know, 30 minutes to figure it out what was happening.
So you've just said I'm not an intellectual.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I was the last one to figure it out.
No, it'd be bad if like I figured it out instantly. You're like, yeah, people are smart. Usually try too hard. I was like, fuck.
No, I've definitely had people do that before. They'll look at my fingers, look at me in the eyes, and be like, "It's a 2, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, exactly." And they're like, "Okay, good. Now you can play." Because when you have like 12 people at a table and they all go 4 and one person doesn't see it, they're like, "What the fuck?" It's very funny.
It's the mall rat schooner.
The schooner. Oh yeah, the
magic guy.
Yeah,
the one guy can't see it. Everyone's like, "Fuck."
Yep. So yeah,
That's a good one.
There is no spoon.
There is no spoon. All right, Will, number 3.
Change one.
All right, can you cough, please? Jeez Louise. was it fucking Froggy from the Little Rascals just fucking showed up.
The baby changed the thing I was gonna pick. Also, this is RFK's voice.
My number 3 is a game that I would like to play with the right group of people, and getting on the new trend of Is It Cake? But this game is called Is It Cake or Caca?
Ooh, cake or caca. I hate the fact I have to shape the caca. I'd rather
That's
just
the fun part.
I'd rather just shape the cake to look like shit.
Yeah, that could work. You just make varying.
These are both
degrees of
turds. I'd be like, actually, you know what?
replicated
You're
shit.
right. They are both turds.
Oops, I forgot to make the cake one.
Sorry.
Well, this one reeks of feces, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
go shit.
Yep.
Pro
I
tip
shaped
for
them
you.
both with my ass. Yep.
You know the like 25-cent, or it used to be 25-cent brownies at the grocery store?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the cosmic brownies.
They
Yeah,
have
not the cosmic, the regular ones.
it's like the yellow
okay.
and clear packaging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you crunch one of those up into a log, it looks just like a turd.
Yeah.
It's a perfect.
A lot of turd talk. I've told the story before when I talked to my friend Tim Mazza because his dad was dating a girl who watched an elderly woman with like mental problems, and he tricked her to eat a cat turd on the phone. My adult me feels very bad about this. It's like easily one of the times of my life where I'm like, that was not good. That was not good. That was not good. That was not kind. That was not nice. It wasn't. It was very malicious and bad. It wasn't like my I threw these people's lawn furniture in their pool and then I left. Where it's like, oh, you pull the lawn furniture out and it's like whatever. No, this one sucked. But it's a funny story in that I tell it now, but I am not proud of that one. That one, but man, at the time, I think I might have puked from laughing so hard.
How much did she eat, and how long did it take her to eat it?
She as soon as she tasted it,
Yeah. Okay.
she spit
good.
it out. Because she used to talk. She'd be like, "Oh no, honey," and she'd be like, he'd always be like, "Where are you from?" And she'd be like, "Brookline." He'd be like, "Brooklyn." She'd be like, "No, Brookline." He'd be like, "Oh, Brookville." I'm like, "No, Brookline." And like she would do it in perpetuity as long as you wanted.
Yep.
And then also to this day, I still quote her whenever it's nice out in the morning, and I go out there and I'm wearing shorts, and I'll be like, "Come on, son, tan these legs," because that's what she said, and it has just stuck with me forever. This happened in 7th grade, and I still say it to this day. But man, so he brought over a cat turd, and was like, "Oh, her name was Peggy." He was like, "Peggy, I just made these brownies," and she tried it, and she spit it out, and I'm on the phone. This is in 7th grade. I'm on a landline phone, talking to him. Okay, not my cell phone. This isn't FaceTime. I'm on the only phone in my house. He's on the only phone in his house. And she like tastes it and she spits it out and she just go, "Oh, that's terrible, honey. Honey, that's terrible." And he'd be like, "Oh, I worked on it real hard. Can you just try it again?" And she'd try it again. She'd be like, "Oh, it's terrible." And
Like
I, again, just rolled with laughter. But you know what? God gave me those teeth, and I thought this was my moment to seek out revenge on some innocent.
And you chose Dusty Roads.
When I chose, come on, baby. I know a cat turd when I see one, baby. Also, my stepmom looks like Dusty Rhodes. Have you seen her? Have either of you seen my stepmom?
I don't think so.
I'll find a picture. I gotta send you a picture of my stepmom.
Please, I hope she's wearing polka dots.
No, but she does wear like a muumuu, but she looks just like Dusty Rhodes. Who's up?
So that was me. Cake or caca, high stakes game. You got to put a lot of money on the line.
Okay. All right. So I'm up. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. My number 3.
Yes.
Party game. Let's see. Oh, that might be my number 1 actually. This is my number 3. Because my original bit I was going to pick all games from the 50s, but then Will picked musical chairs, and that was on my list, so I just wanted to pivot. So my bubblegum blowing contest that's where that one came from.
Find
Let's
the
see.
communist.
It's right there.
Hi.
The one who wants everyone to have the same piece of cake. Or caca. Depends on if you're at Will's party. All right, so my number 3 party game what is a game I used to like to play at a party? Oh, you know what? You know what's a really fun game? My wife brought this up. Have either of you ever played the game Telestrations? This is a board game. It's kind of new. It's like, well, new in like, I don't know, the last like 5-6 years or whatever.
I don't know.
The game's very funny. So it's a play on Pictionary, right? Where it's like a drawing game. And how it works is it's a combination of Pictionary and the game of telephone, where everyone gets a prompt, right? They get a prompt, and then they draw what they think the prompt is.
Mm-hmm.
They pass it to the person to the left.
Mm-hmm.
The person on the left then has to write in words what they think the prompt is.
Mm-hmm.
Then they hand that new prompt to the person to the left, who then now draws the new prompt. And you repeat that pattern around the circle until it gets back to the original person. And then everyone has to then take like the last, I'm pretty sure that's how it gets played out, but I'm pretty sure everyone has to take the last drawn prompt as the picture for the original prompt. And then you have to try to, people are supposed to guess what it is based off of that. And it's so fucking funny.
Yes. This is my number 2.
Oh, is it?
Well, because I remember that they had packaged this into something, but this is a game that I thought I invented when I was a kid, because I would play this when I was like 8, 9, 10 years old with my cousins. And then later I saw it described on a box in a store somewhere. I was like, they fucking packaged this and like made it into a game.
My idea.
All right. So the only reason that I don't love the Telestrations version is because I think
You make
it's
no money from it.
Well, I make no money. I think it's funnier if you can come up with your own prompts. But but it takes a certain crowd of creative people to do that, and that's not for everyone. So I get that.
Right.
Yes, but I fucking love this game.
It's a lot of fun.
Yes. Whether you're like really, really good at drawing or fucking terrible, they're both great. They're both great options.
Yeah.
And if you are with the right group of people, my cousin Dave, you have to meet him sometime. He's a one of a kind person where he is like he like gets paid to be like part of like a mathematical think tank and like flown all over the world to like do like this really fucking bizarro out there math. But in like outside of that super academic stuff, he's the fucking weirdest, craziest guy ever. Where he'll send me like this like totally fucked up like AI artwork, and I'll be like, Dave, what was the prompt for this? And he'll be like, oh, it's like, you know, the Olsen twins like drinking a jar of olives. And I'm just like, why? So a lot of shit like that. But like when I'll play that game with him, you have to guess what the prompt was, you know, by the time it gets around. You can never guess it because it's
No way.
It's fucking absurd.
Yeah.
But I
That's so
love
funny.
this game. It's such a good pick.
Yeah, it's a ton of. If you ever come across, they sell it at like, you know, Target or whatever. You ever come across it and you like, you know, games, pick it up. It's a fucking blast. It's so much fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah, but that's my number 3.
Illustrations.
Sounds fun. Right up my alley, but I've never played that specific version of
You know what? Well, once I move closer to you, we'll have a smaller bash game night with the, we'll get Sam and Kaylee to come down. You and Rosa and me and Megan will just play that game.
Fuck yeah. I have it
And
listed.
if Charles up here, we'll I guess invite him.
I'll try to hide the rest of my list right here, but I have it listed as the paper foldy game.
There you go. No one would guess what that game was from that title.
That's what I knew it as.
Yeah.
Or-
Side note,
yes.
we talked about how cold it was. I'm fucking freezing in my basement.
Yeah.
I forgot I was here. My feet are just on like the cold stone, and it's terrible. I'm slowly getting hypothermia.
Brutal. All right. Well, we'll speed this baby up.
I'll be fine. I'll just die.
My number 3 is a somewhat similar game. It's the first, and I guess at this point only Jackbox game on my list. It's TKO.
Ooh, that is a good one.
Ooh.
I just for some reason I just left Jackbox things off my list. And by left off my list, I mean when I decided to make a real list after my number 5, I decided it then. But go on.
All right, so anybody that doesn't know what Jackbox is, they're a pack of games that you can get for basically anything. It can be for Nintendo, it can be for PlayStation, it can be for your phone, it can be for your PC, whatever. You can play it anywhere. And they have 10 packs right now of different games. And this one, I think, first appeared on the 5th pack, and I believe it's on the most recent one, the newer version of it. But TKO is a game where they ask you to draw whatever the fuck you want, and it's going to appear on a T-shirt. So they just ask you to draw 3 things, and so you draw them, and then it asks you to write a bunch of prompts. So basically, just write whatever you want, slogans, things like that. And then those prompts, those slogans and T-shirt designs, they get mixed and matched and sent to the other player's devices. So you're playing this on your phone or whatever. And so I'll receive 3 random drawings and 3 random slogans, and then I have to combine them together and create a T-shirt out of it. The best thing is you eventually vote on whose T-shirt is your favorite, and there's a winner and all that good shit. But at the end of the game, you can purchase the shirts for real, which is such a great marketing thing. And we definitely own one of these shirts. If I could find it quick enough, I would bring it in. But it is a line doodle drawing of Kaylee, and the slogan says, "Live like you just ate a banana." And we thought that was so funny that we had to order it.
I also
Certainly
ordered a shirt.
encouraging.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know your go-to drawing for this, Matt.
Have you ever seen my shirt?
I don't think I've seen the actual shirt, but I've seen the drawing.
All right, so I owe you guys 2 photos. One of my Dusty Road stepmom.
Yep.
And this shirt, which I can find because I know I just saw it the other day. Let me see here. Let me see. But yeah, TKO is a lot of fun. Those Jackpot games, they're fun. There's like no getting around it. But I don't know. Just me being like a contrarian. Oh, here's a fucking old photo of me and Kaylee from the live top 5 episode.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and that girl who who's that? Your friend who's also in the wrestling?
Megan. Megan
My
came
wife.
to that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there you are too, Sam.
Well,
And-
I'll be damned.
And my wife, who wasn't even my girlfriend at the time.
Oh,
Just
really?
talking to her.
She was there?
She was there. We had went on a couple dates, and then I kind of broke it off, and then asked her to come anyway, and she did. And our start was very rocky in the sense that like I just kind of we both got out of engagements, so it was kind of like it was tough. But I very much remember that I had her come, and like I liked her obviously, but I was like I don't know like where I'm at or whatever. And then like we talked, and she went to the bar afterwards, like we all did, and my friend asked about her. And I got real, like, defensive about it. I remember feeling like but I knew I couldn't, right? I knew I was like, I have nothing to do with her on any way, shape, or form. But my friend was like, "Oh, what's up with your friend? Blah blah blah. She's single, blah blah blah." And I was just like, "Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah." But in my fucking body, it was like Will just fucking hit me with another fucking shovel, fucking hit right in the thing. And I was at that point, I was like, I have to fix this. I have to like relock this down. And I did, and now we have 3 kids.
He won her over that night by singing by the Crash Test Dummies. And
Did I sing that?
Yes, you did. You sang that at the karaoke.
It's one of my go-tos.
It's unexpected.
I mean, when you're at a bar and there's karaoke, and all of a sudden you hear that freaking song, it's like, whoa, there was this kid who got into an accident and couldn't come to school. Yeah, that's a good song.
That song's also like 5 minutes long. It's so long.
It was much longer than I remembered. I just knew I had the voice for it, and I knew the melody enough from Weird Al's version that I could just read the lyrics. But what the fuck are we talking about?
you were trying to find the shirt of your
Yeah, but
your
I'm
TKO.
talking about something else. Oh,
This is
TKO,
flashback, flashbacks from at your party. You spent like 20 minutes trying to find a picture to show me
I have
Just
so
started
many
showing me
photos.
other shit.
I know. Cause I'm like, oh, you see, this is my fucking dick. I'll find it anyway.
All right. Spoiler alert! It's a grotesque spreading vagina photo.
It is, and the caption just says "fuck this." And I ordered it, and I was like, "Are they gonna make this shirt?"
Yeah.
I fucking got it. I still have it.
They're
It's like the
terrible
shirt.
shirts too. They're
Oh my god, they are.
They're so low quality shirts, but
Oh, I found a picture of my old teeth before my surgery. I'd send those over.
just the teeth.
Just the
Not
teeth.
safe for work.
Not, yeah. not safe for anybody.
I've always wanted to play those Jackbox games. I
You
actually
never played
own
them?
a couple of the packs. No, I don't have friends like that.
Oh, dude, listen. I do like playing them. They are fun, and technically, you could play them. Remotely. We did when the pandemic was like we were in full lockdown. We had like the game nights, and we would just play Jackbox because
Yeah.
you just need the code, and you play from your phone. But yeah, I don't know. That's a good pick. TKO is a great one. I like Quiplash too.
Mm-hmm. That one was my other honorable mention there.
Yeah, no, for sure.
All right, who's up?
All right, Will.
Back at the. All right, my number 2. This is one that I swapped out after Sam's number 3 or no number 4. But this game is similar to Where's the Spoon or Hide the Spoon, whatever the hell. And this is one that I did make up, and we played this when we would go camping. And whenever somebody would leave the campsite for any amount of time or just arriving, everybody else would get an agreement that you only speak to that person in the form of questions until they figure out what's going on.
I love that. That's the Socratic method of teaching.
It's not a fancy name, just called questions. And you get the right person. Like one that stood out, Matt, was a friend of ours, Peter Janakis.
Janakis? Jesus Christ.
Where
He got so mad.
Once he realizes something's up, because it's hard to keep people from just like bombarding the person with questions and making it obvious. So you try to play it cool and stretch it out over as long a period of time as you can. And usually the best victims, like Peter or like Justin too, they start getting really upset when they know something's going on, but they can't figure out what. So just like with the fingers on the table with the spoon game, it's just everybody starts getting like, church giggles. As they're trying to keep the game going. And,
How long did it take him to figure it out?
I bet he never did. Peter?
yeah, he just stopped hanging out with us. He got mad and left. No.
Was he really upset when he figured it out?
He was an irritable guy. He would get fired up over very little things, or
Yeah, especially if you talk sexually about his sister. He hated that.
What was his sister's name?
Mindy?
Mindy was the one you guys
Was
would
it Mindy?
talk about.
Yeah, like, oh, Mindy's got some nice tits. He's like, fuck you! That's my fucking sister.
Is Mindy
Yeah,
on
no.
social media?
I think it was revealed that like Mindy had like something developmentally off, right?
Yeah, the titties were developmentally off.
Yeah, they developed way too soon.
I don't know.
No, because I remember I found his house was for sale when I was like looking. I was like, I know this house.
I think it's for sale right now.
Yeah, well, I looked at it. No one's buying that fucking thing. What are you crazy?
Is he
Disgusting.
still living?
Who, Peter? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
do you
he's
think
fine.
I'm talking about?
I don't know. Oh, I see what's going on. I see what's going on. Very
that's-
well done.
That's hard to keep up.
Very
Isn't
well
it?
done. Isn't it? That was like an improv game called like Questions Only, and like that. The funny thing is like when you didn't have a question, you just like make the inflection. Like, no, I don't want to do that. And you get like eliminated. But that was the point of the game. It was funny.
That's great. That's a good one. I like that.
I'm going through all these old photos, and it's just tons of old top 5 photos of like Better Matt, Jeff, DJ, BWK,
R.I.P.
Fro and Jeff. Yeah, I can't believe they're all dead.
All the twinks.
All the twinks. I have too many photos. I'll never find this. When I find
Too
it,
many twinks.
I have too many photos of twinks in my phone.
Too
But I
many
can
twinks.
pull the pull the profile pic of my Dusty Rhodes mom.
Too many twigs.
Who's up?
Great question.
You.
Wait, did
Number
you just
2?
go, Will?
Yeah. Questions.
Oh shit, that's right. Oh, my number 2. Okay, my number 2. Because I know what my number 1 is. But my number 2, I would have to say my number 2 party game. Is, let's see. I'm trying to think of all the parties I've been to, all 4 of them, and what games were played there. This is going to sound stupid. And when you are a part of a group of friends, well, I don't know, maybe it's not so uncommon as I'm thinking it is.
Rob
but
the
a
bank.
party, it's called Who Can Come? No, it was at a party. If someone was like, "Hey, let's play this," I would 100%. Even today, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, let's do it." Hide and seek in the house.
I
Yep.
almost suggested it last Saturday.
Dude, well, my house is so fucking small; it wouldn't be good. But
It would be funny though.
it would be funny. But man, the handful of memories that I have of playing hide and seek in the house at like a party of like wherever. They're fucking awesome. They were so much fucking fun. And man, I remember when people would be like, "No, this game's like I don't want to do." Like they got like too cool for it. Man, I would fucking light them up so like overly aggressive. I'm like, "Fuck you!" I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Then you're not gonna want to play hide and seek in the house. Like, who do you think you are? Because you just decided to start drinking today. Like, this is your first beer, so now you're too old to play hide and seek in the fucking house? The fuck out of here, fucking loser.
So I played this game today with my dogs. We'll put them in a room.
Isn't one sick?
They're both sick.
Oh, okay.
They're fine.
The game
They're
is
fine.
real easy.
They're fine. But I'll show them that I have like chicken or steak or something, and Kaylee will hold them, and then I will go hide and yell for them to come find me. And it's the funniest fucking thing to see them like run around the house, go check the bathroom, look around, run around, go back to the bathroom, look in there again. I'm like, well, it wasn't there the first time, so it's
funny.
very innocent. And then they get very excited when they find me because they get the chicken or steak.
So we played this. I don't know, Will, if you've ever been there. Did you ever go to Andy Hackinson's house back in the day?
Times.
He was right down
I
the street
didn't-
from your right down the
Yeah,
street
I
from
didn't
you.
like hang with them very often, but a few times.
Yeah, they had parties there once in a while, but there was this one party. So they lived in a split level house. One of the ones where you come in the front door, you can either go upstairs, you can go downstairs right from there. And then the downstairs, right? You went downstairs, and there was like a little hallway. There was a bathroom, and then to the left was like the other living room, and then to the right was the garage. But it was just like this little hallway there, and they had a like a little like a bench chest storage area like against the wall in the center. We played in the dark, obviously. That's the point. Hide and seek in the house, you play in the dark. And once you were found, you would like start looking for other people too, and whatever. This is like such an absolute shining moment of my entire life, because the place that I hid was I just stood on the bench in the hallway against the wall in the open, but because it was dark and it was just like where it got like a corner. Well, it wasn't a corner, but just like the way the light hit the like from like the outside or whatever like hit, it was just like fucking blackness, and I just fucking stood there. I stood there for so long, to the point where everyone got found, and everyone was looking for me. And everyone would be like, somebody would be like, just turn the lights on. Somebody would be like, no, fuck that. We're fucking finding him. And then people would be like, he probably left. Like, his car's still here.
He left.
But, like, yeah, well, I mean, let me ask you. Knowing me and how I am, if you couldn't find me in that game, would you put it past me to have just left? No, of course not. It would have been, something I totally would have done. But I stood there for, like, pushing 2 hours. People were getting so fucking mad. And again, I'm just in the fucking center hallway. So everyone's walking just walking past me over and over. They're standing literally 16 inches in front of me, talking shit about me because they can't find me. And they're like, oh, when I fucking find them, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And then they started to, like, scheme because they were like, oh, no, we should all leave. Or they'd be like, oh, we should, like, let's get some, like, water or something. Because when we find them, we'll just dump a bucket of water. Like, it's like all this shit. And then I never gave up. I was like, I'm going to wait these fucking people out. They could leave. If they left and, like, whatever, I'm not moving until they turn the fucking lights on. And then my fucking moment happened. They were like, that's it. He's definitely gone. He's not in the house. They're like, they're convinced that I am not in the fucking house. My fucking friend turns the light on. And I'll never forget, he turns the light on. He's like looking down, right? He's just like, whatever. And his fucking feet, his eyes see my shoes on the bench. And I just watch his fucking face and eyes slowly scan me up to just me fucking dying laughing in his fucking face. And then he's like, fuck you. And then everyone rushes down and I'm just standing there. And then people are, it was just like peak high school fucking like boys fun of like, you guys, were you standing there the whole time? No way, you were moving around. I was like, I've been here the whole fucking time. I started telling people all the conversations they were having, and they were like, holy fucking shit. But man, hide and seek in the house, we had tons of moments like that. It was so much fucking fun. So much fun. I broke his dad's drawer trying to get in it.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
That was my hiding spot. And when I was a kid, is I had drawers under my bed. And I could take the drawer out, get in the hole, and pull the drawer in.
Back in.
Yeah, fucking impossible.
Yeah, I would have never found you.
No, I would have
never pulled a drawer out that far.
No.
But you were an only child. Who were you playing with?
Just myself.
It was hide and seek in the dark, but it was also like hide from Dada when he had his anger juice.
And if I check my scorecard here, you're so good at hide and seek that none of those people talk to you anymore.
No, that's not true. I still talk to Andy.
I'll be
once in a
right
while.
back.
But most of them, no. But I mean, listen, I will never deny the fact that I am the common denominator in all these like things of me no longer talking to people. But I don't know. I will defend anything I've ever done to this day, and just no one ever challenges me on it. It's so rare. Sometimes they do, and then usually everything gets hashed out, and like everything's cool. But no, I will never. With those people, no, I was definitely right in that whole situation.
I don't even know the story. I don't need to.
It was a band thing. It was a money thing with the band.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, I love the pick. If I were to pick this on my list, it would be just hide and seek outdoors, because the neighborhood I grew up in Bradford, I don't think you really played with us after school very much.
No, but you know who I did play with? I was going to say, that was a big thing when I moved to 8th Ave and I played with Justin and all his brothers. That was a big thing in the neighborhood, yeah.
Yeah, they had a good neighborhood there. Basically my entire block, all the houses except for one, of course, were all friendly. They didn't mind us running through their backyards.
That was always key, right?
Where,
like your neighbors were cool.
Yeah, it was the kind of street where the backyards were all open, so you could just scream, down the block. And there's infinite hiding spots. My go-to was my third grade teacher's house. Actually, it was 3 houses down from me. She was a miserable old bitch, and she had a mean dog.
Was it Mrs.
We were
Pelletier?
playing hide. Yes, Mrs. Pelletier.
It was Mrs. Pelletier?
Yeah,
She was mean.
Fuck her.
She was mean.
She called me an arrogant little boy to my mom because I was doing this in class.
Wow, what foresight.
She was like from the era that used to hit kids, and she wanted to bring it back.
Oh, 100%. She probably should. She's probably right. She definitely. You were like fucking. God, what's his name? You were like who's
Tom Cruise?
Ralph.
Simpsons? No, the smart kid.
Ralph.
Oh, what? Not Millhouse. Not
Yeah, what's his name?
Wendell.
No, he peed himself.
No.
Who's the smart? Martin.
Oh,
Oh.
Martin.
Yeah, Will was like Martin in the sense that he looked like Martin, but he was just a little bit more confident than Martin. So he was pretty boastful.
There. But my go-to spot was hiding in her dog's doghouse. But it was risky because if she let the dog out, it would probably attack me.
That's a
Good
risk.
times. Good times.
Hide and seek rules.
Yeah. All right. Will, number 1. What time is it? Am I have fucking time to watch a new episode of Solo Leveling? I fucking hope so. I'm so cold, by the way.
Well, my number 1, and this will probably come as no surprise to you, Matt, based on my partying years, it's got to be beer pong.
Yeah.
It was the first. We were kind of the first generation of it when it really became popular, and you found it at every house party in the world. You remember the countless nights at John Maz's basement, the filthy, disgusting basement.
Oh my
And
God,
you
yeah.
You talked earlier about like with COVID and all that, some of these games that we played are just not acceptable anymore. Well, back then, man, people
Balky's
pissed all over
house
the floor.
was a
We
fucking
played with
moment in time.
actual beer in the cups, which I don't think anybody does anymore because it's just gross.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
with this game would go on, and we'd have this one filthy water cup. It's like, oh, you rinse it off. It's no big deal.
Yeah. Just bouncing all over the dirty basement and then just landing in the drink that you immediately drank.
Yep.
Ant. It's a fucking dead ant
Filthy,
corpse on it.
disgusting.
Oh, I hate that.
Games got so heated. You know, I love that part of it too. I like when things come to a head.
Didn't he was like a small guy who had like a chip on his shoulder. He always talked about being in the military. Didn't he like flip the table one time? Mendoza? Ricky Mendoza?
Ricky Martinez.
Ricky Ricky Martin.
He was, that's true actually. He was a very chip on his shoulder kind of guy.
Yeah, it sucked. He was so
Joined the Marine
small.
Corps.
Yeah, that was his whole thing. He was small, but he was like signed up for the Marines, and it was like he hadn't even gone, and he was like, "I'm a Marine. I fuck anybody up." It's like, dude, you're shorter than I am, and I'm not tall by any means.
Yeah, he was like a friend that I didn't really like having around because he was an angry little fella.
Yeah, he was. He sucked.
But yeah, beer pong, like you said, moment in time at Balky's house or wherever we went. We brought it up to Point Sebago where we go on vacation. We got the bar to like let us play, and then it became a whole event like the
They
following
brought it
year
to
with
Maine.
prizes. Then they started having tournaments out at bars, and me and my buddy Murphy, we were the local aces. You know, we'd be winning money at house parties, talking shit. Our team name was the Shit Talkers because I was pretty good, but I was just better at getting under people's skin. And I remember Wally's Pub, the biker bar up in Hampton Beach.
Was Guar
started
playing?
They do go there often.
They do play Wally's Pub all the time.
What was I saying? Oh, so they started having these tournaments, and it was like peak popularity. All the frat boys were in on it. So we decided we're going to take our talents up to Wally's on whatever it was, Thursday night. There was 75 teams in the tournament, and we went in and we swept it. We won it.
14 hours long.
It was long as fuck, yeah. We left there. They closed the bar and only let like their friends hang out while we were playing. So we come back the next week to defend the crown. We change our name to the reigning champion Shit Talkers. The tournament has, the same amount, maybe a little more teams in it, and we end up in the finals. And like I said, the bars closed down, but they let all of their like local friends stay in the bar, but kicked all the general people out. So, and the people we were playing against were friends with all of them. So it was just this crowd of like 50 people, and then me and Murphy trying to talk shit, but people are getting like upset, and it was getting kind of serious. There was like one kid there who I knew from middle school, and he was just like, "Oh, hey man, I'm rooting for you." I'm like, "Thanks. I'm gonna need some help."
It's like, wait, who are you? I'm sorry, I thought I knew you. Bye.
It was very intimidating, but we ended up winning back to back. I think we took home on the second week. It was like $1,000 or something, so pretty good chunk of change. I'm like,
It's like a
Murphy,
Bitcoin.
we gotta get the fuck out of here right away. like before anybody could just follow us out to the car.
Was he like,
knock us in the
no, I
back of
think
the
I
head."
sold a Jeep to this guy. I got to get his contact information. He's a car salesman
Yeah.
now for Jeep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Uh,
But great memories all
Oh, yeah.
around. Still
beer
fun game.
pong,
I don't play anymore, but
that's
once
a
in a while.
legitimate fun game. It's a simple game to play, but it is fun. I like the rule, like the bounce rule and shit like that. You ever
Yeah.
play beer pong, Sam? Or water pong?
I mean, I've played the game with like the cups or
Ghost
whatever.
Energy.
Ghost energy. Oh, yeah. No, the thought.
That'd be sick. I'll play that. Woo! Woo! Just shattering a plastic cup. I'm all fired up, whipping a ping pong ball.
Yeah, if you get the jitters, makes it
Yeah.
harder to play.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great one. All right, my number one. My number one, I just forgot the name of it. Just now. God damn it. It's been in my head the whole time. There's another similar game to it. But it's not this one. Hold on. I got to look this up.
Who's in my mouth?
Yeah,
you know,
it's-
that
it's
came
like
across my
that,
head
but
multiple
different.
times. Who shit on the coats? I will say, they going back to your pick
Oh,
of
that's what it is.
Asshole, the card game.
Yeah.
You remember Kings? You ever heard of Kings?
Yeah, that's like the one with like the pile of cards in the middle.
Yeah, and it's disgusting because part of the game is like
Oh, you
at 4
bounce it on
different
the cup,
occasions,
right?
You pour your drink, whatever you happen to be drinking, in the middle, and then some poor sap at the end has to drink this mix of beer, wine, chocolate milk,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah, and I'm
Anyway.
drinking sand. Pour a little sand in there. Got to get it all. Anyway, I remember the name of this game. And man, when I discovered this game, it was like I was annoying trying to get people to play. I would love to. Will, this is a game I like to play with you in there. But have any of you ever played Resistance?
No. Nope.
It's a
Yes.
deception game.
I have that game.
I love this game.
That's a fun game.
So it's a more, I guess, kind of famous version of the game is a game called Werewolf. But this one's called Resistance. So it's a deception game, which I didn't know was a category of game, but it is, and man, do I love it. This is the game that I've talked about before. So how it works is you have a group of people, and let's say you're playing with 6 people. 2 of the people are spies, and the other 4 are agents. The game starts by everyone closes their eyes and puts their heads down, right? And then, basically everyone closes their eyes, they put their head down, and then you go, all right, the 2 spies look up. So you look up, and now the spies know who they are. And it's like, okay, put your heads down, close your eyes, and then everyone lift up your head. So now the spies know who they are, and the goal of the game is everyone runs around, and not runs around like physically gets up and runs around. They run a round of the game, and you run a mission, and you have a card. You submit that's either pass or fail. If there's one fail in the pile, the mission fails. Okay, the goal is to get 3 successful missions, or it might be 5. Maybe it's 5. It's like there's like depending on how many people are playing, determines how many missions need to succeed. Or in every round you go through a vote and you vote who you think the spy is. If you find the spies, or if you find any of the spies, well, again, depends on how many people are playing. Cause I think you have more than 2. Is it like a big group? You could have like 3 spies or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you identify enough of the spies, agents win. If the spies can successfully fail X amount of missions, the spies win. So again, every round you have 2 cards, pass and fail, and then like everyone throws their cards in, and if like one fails, you're like, I think it's this motherfucker, and it's just like, oh, sorry, there's another point to this game. The person who's running the round, if there's like let's say there's 10 people playing, they'll pick who can participate in the mission. So you would pick like only 4 people to participate in the mission. And if you pick 4 agents, you're good, right? Everyone thinks. But if you pick a spy and they throw a fail in there, you're like, okay, one of these motherfuckers is a spy. So then like the next person runs and then it's a whole thing of like strategy or whatever.
But the spy can also put in pass if they want to be extra spy-y.
Yeah. If it's like
I did play this with you one time. Yeah.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, it's so fun.
And the first time we had our eyes closed or whatever, I immediately said, "Froze the spy." And he's like, "Why?" I'm like, "I heard your eyes open."
Yes, this is the game that I convinced Fro he was a spy when he wasn't a spy. Because I interrogated him so aggressively that he forgot how to play. And then the game ended and he goes, I thought I was a spy. I was like, I guess not. You don't have this fucking spy card. He's like, I've been playing this whole thing as a spy. I was like, so you were throwing fails in there? He's like, once in a while? He's like, you made me think I was a spy. I was like, okay. Anyway, but man, you know what this game is for me? It's politics with no stakes, because I get to debate someone, and I get to make my case, and I get to like use my logic skills and try to like corner somebody into a thing where I force them to they have to concede what I'm saying. I did this there was another game at PAX. The last time I went to PAX, I played this game called the Trolley Game, and it's a trolley thing, and the object is to convince the trolley maker to go to your opponent's side and not your side. And it's interesting because they start off by like introducing themselves and a few things they like, and then you play different cards. And the person said the person running the demo of the game was like, oh, I'm a big fan of cats and blah blah blah. And I had I happened to have like a cat card or something related to cats. So I put it down on the track, because what you want to do is you want to put things down on the track to, make them not want to run over your side just by like conversing with them. And I put down like a cat thing, and when it came to me, I was like, well, the reason I put this down is because you said that you're a fan of cats, and I also think you're an honest person. Because I don't think that you would lie to all of us and say that you like cats and then run over a cat. I was like, so if you did come to this side, you would be admitting that you're a dishonest person. It's like my whole argument. These were strangers, by the way. I don't know these people at all. And like, he went to the other side and he was like, I don't want to say I'm a dishonest person. It's like this whole thing. I was like, fuck yeah, I won. But I love doing that. I think that's so fun.
Yeah, that game is really fun, and
it's a good game.
My recommendation to anybody who's giving it a try, you may not have a complete group of willing participants. Force your way through the first one, and once people really understand is like what the objectives are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's like, oh, okay.
It's one of those for sure. Yeah, once you play, once you go, oh, okay, let's play again. Now that I know, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my number one. Resistance. I fucking love that game. It's over there. I haven't played it. Honestly, probably a decade I haven't played that game since I've like lived in Medford.
Wow. Probably since the time we played it together.
Honestly, that's probably true.
Bananas.
And it's my number one. And no one wants to play with me because no one likes to be yelled at.
You're a fucking spy!
You commie bastard.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, when you get in your house, game room.
Oh my god. I would love if I have a game room. If you think I'm not going to spend an absurd amount of money on some fancy fucking digital game table, you're insane. For what reason? I don't know. I don't have enough people to play the fucking game. I just like it.
If you get a pinball machine before me, I'm going to be so jealous.
Oh, shit.
Well, I'll get one now before you, just to make you jealous.
If it's worth it to you.
Of course it is. So
Can I come over and play it?
Yes.
I'll bring quarters.
Okay.
My number one is Trivial Pursuits.
Oh, what a gay.
Did
you come to the game?
I really fucking love trivia. Yes, I came last year.
Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I do too. I don't know. It depends what the trivia is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But, what's your favorite Trivial Pursuit edition?
I mean, I don't necessarily like the ones that are Garfield. it's the Heathcliff one. I don't.
He lives with Garfield.
I like the ones that have the the wide gamut of questions, because like there are some categories that I'm like, I know I'm not going to be good at, like sports or whatever. Like I don't fucking know, but it makes it challenging if I can get one of those. It's very rewarding.
Yeah.
Where if it's like all like a like grunge bands from the 90s Trivial Pursuits, I'm like, well, I'm just going to be winning this round. So I like one that's really challenging, but not one that's like the Trivial Pursuits from like 1979, when it's like, this current Supreme Court judge from Missouri. I'm like, what the fuck? Who knows this?
Right.
Yeah.
It's the moops.
I had for the longest time, I had to your point, I had Trivia Pursuit from like the 80s, the general the edition, and I wasn't like old enough to play, and then I got to be like 14-ish, and my dad would be like, "Oh, you want to play Trivial Pursuit?" I'd be like, "Yeah, sure," and I didn't even like recognize the fact that like it was from a different time. I just thought like, I remember when I like realized that, oh, they put this game out all the time because they update it, but I just played the same one for like 8 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, this is just the game. And they'd be like, you want to play Trivia Pursuit? I'd be like, yeah, I mean, we can, but I've already kind of played it a lot, so I know a lot of the questions. No, I didn't. I just was just an idiot.
The science
been a
is like
requirement.
wrong.
Yep.
We
Also,
also had
you know
the
what it
80s version.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what is also good about that game? It's very satisfying putting those little fucking pie pieces in that thing.
Oh,
Ooh, is it good? Ooh, is it good? Yeah, baby. Slide it in.
Oh jeez. Yeah, I love trivia in general. I'll go out to a trivia night if I had ever had friends that would be willing to go to one.
Megan is dying for someone to like do trivia night with. She's always like, I wish we had friends that would go out and do this. I'm like, well, you know what? I bet we do, but we can't go. So it's like, but if we could, we would.
The last one I went to was in the Villages, which was
Oh God,
was very funny.
this guy's got the most dangly balls. Like, hey, it's Chris.
Who
It's
is
like, "That's
Chris? Remember to answer them in the form of a question.
Yeah. The last time I did anything like that was actually, I think it was last year. We went out and did like music bingo at one of them, where you just get like a bingo card and they play like a clip of a song. And you have to like know what the song is or whatever. I just had Shazam on my phone. I was like, I don't know what those fucking this. I know this isn't fun, but it's just bingo. I don't care.
Yep.
I didn't win anything anyway, so.
I played music bingo like 2 weeks ago. I picked up my mom from a doctor's
Where'd you
appointment. The Winner's Circle in Salisbury.
Oh my God! Really?
Oh yeah.
Did you smell?
Those are my people.
Were you ripping butts while you were in there?
It feels like you should have to smoke to go in there.
Yeah, dude. That place is old.
Yeah, but I won.
Oh.
Hell yeah, dude.
$10.
I played.
$10
I played
in
at the
Winner's
at the
Circle
tap.
cash.
God damn.
The Tap has a really good trivia crowd. I've played there a few times.
Yeah, it was weird being there. I was like, I'm sure someone in this room knows who I am and probably doesn't like me. So I was like, I don't know. But yeah, Trivial Pursuit, that's a good pick.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely more up my alley for like the types of things that do like or like live in my brain. Like I went to your party the other night and I was like, I've met probably all those people multiple times, and I realized like I remember about 20% of the people's names.
Oh
but,
yeah. Oh
but,
yeah, definitely.
But they'll be like the question will be like, this producer like produced Nirvana's second album, and I'm like, oh yeah, fucking Butch Vig, sure. You know, like why do I know that? I shouldn't know that.
Yeah, I hear you. On that the debate episode, when the guy admitted that he wasn't good with facts, like 80% of the way through, I was like, okay, I don't know why you wanted to do this if you don't know facts. But I was like, I made the point of like, yeah, for some reason I remember everything political and like historical to that stuff, but if you asked me what my wife and I's plans were this weekend, I know they exist.
Yep.
I couldn't fucking, even though my wife has told, I hate and love all that like meme shit about like, oh, like my wife told me 100 things and I can't remember it, because it's so fucking super true. I can't remember any fucking date ever it's probably a problem. But I will go through the fucking history of like some conflict and be like, you don't know all this stuff? Why do you like whatever? I don't know. It's weird things that, we had a friend actually. We already mentioned him, Andy Hackinson, the kid's house I played hide and seek at. His oldest brother Kevin. He could fucking tell you the college that any fucking athlete went to.
That's just wild to me.
And he wouldn't even know why he knew it. We found an old box of baseball cards, and then once we discovered this, we would just sit there in awe and be like, we would just pull a random like bullshit card from like it'd be like 1982 fucking Padres like third baseman, and he'd be
Gary
like,
Clem?
yeah, old Gary Clem. But we would be like, Padres third baseman, this guy, and he'd be like, didn't he go to Duke? And we look it up. He'd be like, he fucking went to Duke. Like, why do you know this? He goes, I don't know. I was like, that's fucking bizarre.
If he's doing it for baseball players, that's fucking wild because you go
Yeah.
college, single A, triple A, double A, then majors.
It was scary how accurate he was. He missed like maybe a handful out of like probably over 100.
How can I monetize this skill?
Well, he almost went on Jeopardy a couple times. So I was like, all right, well, this makes sense.
Nice.
But I don't know. That's a great one. True Pursuit's a good one. Man, this episode long as fuck. I'm freezing. My hands hurt. I got to hold this fucking microphone. It's just, I'm holding cold steel. Everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, Frosty's dick there.
It smells like Bigfoot's dick. Do we have like any fun butt things here or?
Yeah, I've got a few here. Not
God
too
damn
many.
it. Sons of bitches.
Thanks
Thanks for participating in our show, everyone.
And as usual, Mr. Dingus Adams is typing away.
How does he do that? How is he always
no
typing
idea.
at the end of our episode? He doesn't know when we're recording.
Unless he does, and it's Charles.
Oh, it could be. It could be.
Yeah, it's even weirder because I did throw this up kind of late. Anyway, we'll start off with Mike D. Good to see him the other day as well. His number
Yeah,
5
he was
is Smash Brothers.
Oh, that's a
Number
fucking good one.
Yeah. Number 4 is Zob Mondo.
No
I
idea.
don't know what the hell that is.
Probably some
It
card
says
game that somebody
in
mentioned to
parentheses, it says "Would you rather," so I guess it's just
Oh,
"Would
okay.
you rather." Number 3 is Pictionary, solid.
Yep, solid.
Number 2, Charades, and number 1, Jackbox, specifically Quip Flash.
Yeah. Yep.
Quiplash.
Next up, we got Cam Girl, Cameron Bevins. I
Oh
believe.
shit, Cammy.
Number 5, Truth or Dare, the perfect way to get the party started and really get it going. Okay. Number 4, 7 Minutes in Heaven, the logical next step for after all those dares. Number 3, Poetry for Neanderthals. After all that closet action, you can only speak in one-word syllables anyway. Okay.
Interesting.
Number 2 is Mario Kart, building the suspense back up for a great night. And number 1, Mario Party. Nothing leads to better hate sex than losing to the bullshit bonus stars. I don't give a fuck if you landed on more lucky spaces than me. I still had more stars first. That is very well put.
Yeah.
I
I
played that.
love Mario Party.
I played that with my friend's kids recently, and like his daughter's like 8 and his son's like 10, and I was like, "This is bullshit."
Fuck you.
It's very funny to yell at little kids.
You just took all
I
my
play with my
stars.
nieces sometimes. It's
Yeah.
it's great fun. I just wish they would make it faster. They have all these like unskippable
Takes forever.
animations. Takes
Yeah.
forever. Anyway, next up we have Ramadan.
Oh
Number
shit.
5, Heads Up mobile game.
Oh, that's a good one.
Number 4, Pictionary. Number 3, the one where you wrap a gift with tons of paper and pass it around. You have to open
Oh.
it with oven mitts on.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I've
right.
seen that.
Yep.
Number 2, Cards Against Humanity. And number 1, Everyone Clean Up and Leave. Best game ever at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Love it.
Wishing a Ramadan a speedy recovery.
Mhm.
He's got he's sick like me.
Oh.
No.
Like, sick
Walking
for like a
pneumonia?
month. No, but I don't know. But it's funny because I commented it. I was like, oh, same thing. I've been, at 3 weeks, I convinced my doctor to just finally give me a fucking antibiotic, and he gave it to me, and everything was gone in 3 days. And he like commented, he's like, I just got my antibiotic today. I was like, fuck. I was like, You're on your road to recovery.
There you go. And then after the 3 antibiotics you take, just throw the rest of them away.
Yeah, what do you need them for? Don't finish the cycle.
Listen, any healthcare people out there are cringing.
No, finish the course, motherfucker.
Super spreader. All right, next up, I have Mitch Mintier, Freshest and
Oh,
Fun Butts.
freshest.
Number 5, Cards Against Humanity. Number 4, Super Mario Party. Number 3, Mario Kart. Number 2, Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Yet to try.
Oh,
Have you played that?
that's the VR bomb game, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That game's fucking tight. That's a lot of fun. Do you know this game, Sam?
I know nothing about it. It sounds fun though.
It's a VR game. So the person who wears the VR goggles, and they have to dismantle a bomb. The thing is that the bomb, somebody else in the room, the other people in the group have the bomb manual, and basically the person with the VR has to describe what they're looking at, and then the people have to sift through the manual to like find what they're doing, to be like, okay, if that's in the corner, if it's in the left corner, cut this wire. All while like the bomb's ticking away. It's a lot of fun.
It's great.
When I played that, I was like, what a brilliant game. What a brilliant, fun game. But that game is awesome.
There's a non-VR version of that, I think, as a Jackbox game from a few years back. But that sounds amazing
is there?
for a VR game, yeah.
Oh, it's so fun.
And rounding it out is number 1, Seeing Who Can Be the First to Leave.
Well,
The old Irish goodbye.
It's not me. Tell you that. I'm there all night.
Hell yeah. If you put till question mark on your invitation, don't expect me to leave.
Right. I'll leave when you leave.
Let me know what's for breakfast.
Yep.
Did old Dingus get his list in there in time?
The typing thing is coming on and off. I don't know.
He's trying to think of how many ways to say come.
Something,
it's too late.
his wife's pussy.
Yeah. There you go.
Jehovah Witness, my wife's pussy.
There you go.
Checkbox.
Listen, we appreciate it. But if you want to read Dingus Cunnilingus Adams list, come join us on the Discord.
Hell yeah. All right. I mean, I think that's going to do it. It was nice to do this episode. I know it was late. This is fine, this time frame, but man, I got to get the space heater down here. It's too fucking cold. It was fine at the beginning, but man, my fucking, like, the tip of my dick is cold at this point, and it's awful. So, with that being said, we'll catch you next week. Smell you later.